All right. So, once again, welcome, founders. I see we're getting close to 2,000 right here. That's great. These are the people that are active. So, I know we have new founders coming in every week, and this past week is no exception. And for the sake of the new founders and for those old founders that are joining us for the first time, I always want to explain where we are in the launching process. We always say that our launching is a process, and that process involves three phases. The pre-launch, in which we are right now, okay? And that pre-launch is just simply a period where the engineers are building the applications, okay? The engineers are at work building the applications. And once they are all done, or at least as they get ready, we will start testing them. In the meantime, they do their own testing, rigorous testing, right? So the alpha testing is done by them, and we, the founders, we are going to do the beta testing or simply user acceptance testing. And that period is going to really move into what we call soft launch. And I just need to explain the soft launch a little bit. And since we are there, our old founders website should be ready in about a week's time. Now, for those of you who are new, right now we are called Go Founders. You go to gofounders.net to access your back office. In the very near future, in about a week's time or so, the old founders will be up, replaces the Go Founders. So you're going to be accessing it through oldfounders.net. Okay, and once that new website, Old Founders, comes up, it will come up with a few completed products that we can test, at least 5 of them. Okay, ONET is going to be partially ready, it's going to be B2B, but the others, or trim or mill, about 5 of them are going to be there for us to use very, very soon. Now, that is beta testing. Does that necessarily mean we're in soft launch? No. But soon after that, anytime after the Old Founders website is up, Mr. Mofara can tell us when we are going into soft launch. We just need to get ready. Soft launch just means we are able to test out certain other things, right? We're able to test out especially our traffic. Traffic is what differentiates us in Onpassive from any other company out there, period. The traffic is our bread and butter. So once we start testing the traffic, meaning testing the marketing campaigns, okay, that means we are into soft launch. So when we test the traffic, because we are not yet open to the public, it simply means we are bringing in more founders, not customers. Okay, so you might get up in the morning one day and you see that your team has increased due to no effort of yours. And then on top of that, we are going to get a one-time bonus for work that is done during soft launch. Doesn't matter if you and I do the work or if it is AI that does the work. We're going to get a bonus, period. How good is that? And that is also to test out the payment processors so that when we eventually go public, we know everything is working as planned, right? So anytime from now, our old founders will be ready for beta testing. And right after that, anytime from then, we will be moving into soft launch. Now, Aisha said we're going to be in soft launch between 2 weeks to 12 weeks. So between 2 weeks to 3 months. And folks, I know we're not going to be long in soft launch. I know that. I can feel it. Okay? So whenever everything, all systems say go during soft launch, everything is tested and all systems say go, we will be moving into hard launch. And Ash had promised making that a big event that the world will hear about. Everybody online will know about that activity on that day. Why? Because we're going to be using our own platform, O Connect, right? And we know O Connect has no limits. Not like Zoom, where you can only get up to 100,000 participants and you're done. No. Ours is going to be big, unlimited. We're going to encourage every founder to participate if possible. Okay. And now, while we're talking about hard launch, when we go into hard launch, we're going to need to come out with a one-time subscription amount of about $250. All of us should know that as founders. Okay, and I know those who are here are those who are actually active, those who are connected. But all of us who are active, we have teams, we have people that were brought into the business. We need to let them know to start getting ready for that subscription, because up until yesterday, I had people asking me, are we going to get a grace period when we launch? It is true that Ash has promised us a grace period. We don't know how long. It could be a month. It could be 2 months. It could even be 3 months. But here's what is important. We have at least 3 months before hard launch as we speak. So why don't you use this period as a grace period rather than wait for then and then you're asking for 2 months? Because it is important for people to activate. So guess what happens when you don't activate? Your account is not active, right? That means your website is not built. It is from that money that they're going to build your website. It is from that money that they're going to drive traffic to your website. So if you don't have a website and you don't have traffic going to your website, it means you are losing money. It means you're not making money. And I also want to remind all of us who have teams. I know some of you out there might be saying, oh, wow, I've got 1,000 people in my team. Well, guess what? Upon hard launch, when we go to hard launch, say 100 out of your 1,000 founders activate, don't expect to get commission from 1,000 founders, right? Because you are just as good as 100. So the number of activation is the actual number in your team, okay? The actual what you can expect as commission. That's number one, because all those other ones are not having traffic or their site is not up. And here's another thing. Somebody asked me the other day, how is Onpassive going to make sure that the traffic or the customers are equitable? How are they going to make sure it is shared fairly to all the founders? Here's what I have to say about that. Onpassive is going to give us traffic credits, each and every one of us. Same number of traffic credits, unless you purchase more. But let's go based on you pay your $97 and then you pay your $250 upon activation. We're all going to get same number of credits. So let's take a couple of scenarios. And here's how you improve your chances, okay? So let's say, Charles, myself, I have 0 in my team going into soft launch. Hard launch. Going into hard launch, I have 0 in my team. And say Susie has 1,000 in her team. And let's take Red. Let's have 3 scenarios. Red has 5,000 in his team. Susie has 1,000, right? And I have 0, okay? Well, we go into hard launch. I pay my $250. So let's just assume that for 1 month, Onpassive is going to send 1,000 targeted traffic to my website. We go into hard launch. Susie has 1,000 founders, but only 100 of them activate. So Susie is going to get 1,000 targeted traffic, but she also has 100 founders that are going to get 1,000 traffic each. Think about that. Now, Red has 5,000 in his team. I am going to say all 5,000 of them activate because he's a lucky dude. So guess what? Red has 1,000 targeted traffic credits, and 5,000 of them times 1,000. So you can begin to see the chances of Red's team exploding because people have activated, and all of them are getting traffic. And remember, when we get that traffic, any number of them can activate, any number of them can subscribe. You see? But because of the virtue of his numbers that have activated, the chances of him having a lot of subscribers is off the roof. So here's the thing. I'm reminding you founders who are here, because you are the ones that are active, to go back and communicate with the people in your direct line, your team, right? Because obviously, when you send broadcast emails to everybody in your team, some people may not just read their emails. So communicate directly with those people that are in your immediate downline and follow up with them so that they can communicate with their own direct, and the process goes on to kind of sensitize them that we are getting close to hard launch, and they can start getting ready their money for activation because they are going to lose out. Like I said, without activating, you have not turned on the engine. So we all need to do that. Wanted to bring that up. Another thing I wanted to bring up before we go into Q&A is the OTP, the one-time password. When we go into soft launch, because there's going to be some money involved, we're going to have a one-time password that is sent to the email associated to that account. This is particularly important for people who have multiple accounts. Some people have 20, 50, 100 accounts, or even more. Chances are you don't log into all those accounts. I'm a victim of that. I log into my main account, right? But I have all these different accounts that I don't have time to log into them. And I have all these different emails associated to those accounts that I hardly visit. Please, this is the time. Go back to each and every one of those emails and just make sure you can have access to them, because a one-time password is going to be sent to that email. Now, again, founders, this is Onpassive. This is Ashmo Farah trying to balance security, your account security, and your accessibility to your accounts. At this point in time, the security is very important. It's also very important that you access your account. We're going to use a one-time password. We understand it might not be the best solution, but believe me, Ash and his team are working hard in the background, diligently, to find the best possible solution, and we will get it. But in the meantime, be sure you can log into those email addresses just so that you can be able to access those accounts when we go into soft launch. My friends, that's all I have for you for now. Hopefully, we're going to wait for our CEO himself to come one of these days and give us some mouth-watering updates. Okay? Thank you so very much.
Oh, there's Marty. Hey,
Marty's back.
I heard mouth watering. I thought maybe there was food or something going on.
I'm having my popcorn. Hey, Marty, Dr. Imelda needs to to be able to share her screen. So we went into the updates first.
Right. So now she can do the onboarding, and then we can go to Q&A. We can stop the recording.
Or pause.
Maddie, if you can just make her co-host. There you go. She's now co-host. And I'm going to stop the recording for a moment. And when she's done, we can bring back the recording and go with the Q&A.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Could you make me a co-host, please, Marty? Thank you.
Thanks, Red. I just thought about that. Okay.
For some reason, it takes me to share it in your text message, so you probably have it, Susie. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I see that right now we have 50 hand raised. I'm going to start bringing 5 or 10 person at a time. Once I bring you on, Zoom will give you a notification to whether or not to stay as a panelist or stay as attendant. What you need to do is you need to choose one of them. And if you choose one, not the other, and if I still see your hand raised, I will try the second time. And that's all I will try. Once I try the second time, I will be lowering your hand. Once you get on the panel, if you could please turn on your camera, and you can start asking questions when Susie is calling you on. So I'm doing right now is moving you on. Susie, if you could please start reading questions.
Okay.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. One reminder, once you come on, please just also say my name is, and here's my question. Thank you.
Yes, we love you, and we know you love us. So we'll get right to the questions. Here's a question, Martha Reese. I have a question. If I do not activate on launch day, but my 10 and my team do activate, what happens? Red, you want to talk to that? Go ahead, Red.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the first thing is, guess what? You won't get any commissions. If the 10 people underneath you have activated, you will see money in your O wallet. It'll start accumulating, and you're thinking, wow, look at all that money I've got in my wallet. But because you have not activated your account, you'll see it, but you won't be able to withdraw it. So another incentive for people right now to make sure they get that money together. I'm going to be doing it at 1 minute past the hour of when it's activated, because I want to be able to withdraw any commissions that fall into my account as soon as possible. Remember how it works, guys. Your funding wallet will top up first to the amount of your next month's payment. Once that is full, it then overflows into your O wallet. Once it's in your O wallet, you can withdraw it anytime, any day, as long as you are in credit, and you will be able to withdraw it directly to your bank account, cryptocurrency, and other methods depending on your country. As far as your account is concerned, as Charles rightly said, if you have not activated your account, you will not have a website, you will not have traffic driven to your account. So it is in your own interest to make sure that you activate your account as soon as possible, not only to have traffic going to your account, but also the main importance, which is what we're all here for, is to make some residual income.
Okay.
Just want to say, I just want to add to that, Red, you said 1 minute after the hour, that means I'm going to beat you to it. I'll be doing it like 5 seconds after the hour.
Well, if we're going to have this contest, I'll be there 1 second after, so I'm beating you, Charles, okay?
I'll be there a millisecond before all of you. Okay, well, thank you. Steve DePauli is asking, has Ash given us an update on the COVID situation in the India office? Would anyone like to speak to that as far as any information you may have?
Well, so first of all of them, all the engineers, the employees in that office have been vaccinated, at least the first shot, okay? And so in maybe a week or few weeks or so, everybody will be fully vaccinated. And not just the employees, but their close relatives, the ones that they live with. So definitely the cases have gone down. We don't know exactly by how many, but it has gone down. And so things are getting into full gear. The other thing I want to say about that is, because of the experience, Ash is looking into getting these guys to do maybe a couple of days from home some days at work, like every other company, right? So they're gonna mix it. Some days at home, some days from the office. And another thing I wanted to mention is that Ash had said, our employees, remember Ash said one time, the way you do anything is the way you do everything. So guess what? Our employees are getting pay raise every month. Every month. And that pay rate is compounding. It's being compounded. So what does that mean? That means our retention level is going to be unlike anything else or any other company that you know of. Okay? So we're looking good, guys.
Okay. Okay, so we have.
Let me add one thing real quick. So I know this will be long if I keep doing that, but keep in mind that whoever's working at home, Ash is very happy with the productivity. It's everything's fine, even when they're at home. Some people psychologically at home are working even harder than they did, but he's really happy with his staff. He, like Charles said, he's going to treat them like kings and queens, which he is doing. And big tech companies nowadays treat their employees like family, no doubt about it. That's what makes them stay. That's how you get the brains to stay where they need to be. So.
Okay. Somebody in the chat did ask about how do you upload a picture to the profile, and maybe
I saw that question. I want to promise you guys that next week in the onboarding, I'll beg Dr. Emeda to just quickly go through that, okay? So come back next week and she will show you how to do that.
Hey, and guess what? Maybe next week we'll be looking at the new O-Founders back office, and there may be a different process or simpler. Okay, so those who have been brought on board by Julie, if you could turn on your video, whoever turns on their video, I will start with you. So Dr. Sudeep Jana, if you would unmute yourself, please, and ask your question.
Hello, I am Dr. Sudeep Jana from India. My first question has been answered partly by Charles some time back about the O staff is being used in our India office from the 1st of this month. The other part is that as sir told us about a month back about 5 or 6 products about the approximate launch date or of those. So do we have any further progress or regarding the update or release of those products which Asher told us?
Okay, who would like to respond? Charles?
So, Dr. Sudeep, I said earlier when I was giving the updates that the O-Founders will be out in about a week or so. And yes, we're going to have 6 products there at the very minimum. One of them is O-Net, which will be B2B partially. And the other 5, O-Lead, O-Chat, O-Mail, O-Tracker, and O-Trim will be ready, fully ready for us to test, okay? Hope that answers your question.
Okay, sir. And my last question is that as sir also told us in one of the webinars about a month back that we are not like any other company, that few people will be billionaires and the rest will not earn anything. We will have all the founders and those who join also after the hard launch. They will the distribution of wealth will be among all of them. So here I want to ask the question is that like we have seen in many other MLM companies or that the leaders or the people who have joined right at the start, some of them may start earning millions a month, but those who join about 5 to 10 years down the line, they don't just earn any significant amount or peanuts or just based on the amount of sales they do on their own. So here I want to know that although we don't know about the final pay plan, the people who have joined right at the start, will there be any plateau phase of their earning? Means I want to say that the income will be up to a certain limit and they will be plateau or fixed at that point, or they will ever be increasing? Because the people who join down the line, 1 to 2 years to 5 years down the line, then will they also earn any significant amount? Thank you.
Great, go ahead.
Okay, there's a few questions on here, and I'll try and answer all of them for you. Let's start with the first thing about you saying people who joined first, like myself and Charles and Marty and Charles, who have been in for quite a while. I'm coming up to my 3 years. Now, it stands to reason that the people who have been in longest should have a larger team than people who joined a month ago, 2 months ago, or even a year ago, because they've had more time to introduce people to this opportunity. And at the end of the day, the more people that are in your team, you are out of those starting blocks when we launch the world with a larger customer base. Now, to your next question of caps on earning amounts, what is the whole thing about Onpassive? What we are told time and time again, that one of the features of Onpassive is unlimited. That goes for our products, it's unlimited. And that also goes for our earning potential within Onpassive. There is no cap. So our earning potential with Onpassive is unlimited. And this will be exactly the same if you joined a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, or the day that we launch to the world as a founder. Now, I'm only talking about founders here, okay? Everybody has exactly the same opportunity to earn an unlimited amount of money if they so desire and put the work in for it. Obviously, you can be passive, you don't have to do anything, but if you want to get to whatever level you desire, then that is available with Onpassive.
Okay. Did that answer your questions?
Yes, ma'am. But here I just wanted to clear that the sellers and the resellers who will join after the main launch, about 1, 2, or 5 years down the line, will they also earn a significant amount? That was what I
Yes.
wanted.
There will be resellers that join months and years to come that will probably make more money than some of the founders. Why?
Correct.
They're gonna build a team, and the opportunity for them will be there. But if you got in early and you build a team, obviously you have more people to start. But I know there's people out there that aren't in yet that are very, very big builders that will come in, will not be a founder, but they'll be a reseller, and they will build big, big organizations. They have the same chance as anybody else. No doubt.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much. Before we go to more questions in the chat, welcome Michael Williams has joined us on the panel. Thank you. And we have Russell Raff. If you could unmute yourself, Russell, and ask your question. You go, there you go.
Sorry, I had a hard time finding the unmute. I want to, first off, before anything, I want to thank all of you leaders, Ash, all the engineers for all the hard work that you guys are putting in for us. That is very much appreciated here. My question is, I've been buying, I think a lot of this was answered, but I just want to get a kind of a clarification. I've been buying memberships, tried to recruit them, but they didn't want to listen. For my kids, I'm going to buy some for my brothers and sisters and whatnot, and then I'm going to give them each a chance once we hard launch to take that account over. I'm not going to pay for it to open up. I'll let them pay that, but I paid the $97 and I'll give it to them. The question I have is if one decides to take it, how long do you know how long we're going to have for that, I guess for them to sign up? Because it might take me a month or 2 months to get to them. Will they be closed out if they don't fully sign up for it? How does that work? And then how long will they have to be able to partake of the full benefit of the opening?
Go ahead, Marty.
Russell, when you hand it over, whenever you hand it over, it's theirs. So if you wait 6 months, a year, 2 years, it's running whether you hand it over or you don't hand it over. But when you hand it over, it's theirs instantly. If it takes a couple months to do it, that's okay. Because long as that initial payment was made, that train's running. You can hand it over anytime you want. But if you're not going to pay it, if you're not paying it, I would hand it over fairly quickly so they can pay the $250 or around there to get the train started. But if it's paid and you hand it over in a year or 2 years, it doesn't matter. It's running and it's accumulating pay, or it's accumulating apples or money.
Okay, well, trust me, if they say that they don't want it, I'm saying, okay, I got another account. That's gonna be mine. I'll just have it all routed into one.
Exactly.
So, because that way it's easier to keep track of, just have to sign under one. But thank you very much again. Thanks for all that you guys do. We appreciate it.
Okay, thank you for joining us, Russell.
Sure.
I'm gonna just do one question from the chat and then we'll get to BK next, BK Michael. Will Onpassive allow a subscription-based website to be created and hosted on their platform? Will Onpassive allow a subscription-based website to be created and hosted on their platform? Go ahead, Marty.
Absolutely. Now, I believe we're talking about another business, MLM or email business or whatever it is. You can host your whatever business you have, long as it's legit, and build that business and use Onpassive to do it. Yeah, without a doubt.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Marty. Hello, Mukund. How are you? Thanks for joining us. I know who you are. Okay, next we have BK Michael Collin Espinet. If you would unmute yourself and ask your question, please.
Good days. Espinet to be around. Could I pass a bit? Let me listen a little more and see if I could get a question. Could I just pass for now?
Could you what?
Could I just stay? I haven't gotten a question I want to ask as yet. I just want to listen in a little more and then I'll ask the question later. So could I pass in this time? Pass it over to somebody else for now?
Sure.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Rohit Varde, we don't have your video on, but if you would unmute yourself, we'll take your question. Okay, you're gone. Galaxy M0. Okay, we're back to square one. Let me ask some questions that Julia sent me from the chat. Can I use my trimmed link as for my YouTube channel? And if I get any sponsors, can I use the trimmed link there? Not sure if I understand that, but can I use my trim link?
I got it. The simple
Okay.
answer is yes. Yes, you can use your trim link because I've used mine. Okay, and when you get sponsors, you can use it also. Yes.
Okay. Another question: what is the timeline to make the payment of the subscription? About $250. What is the timeline once we launch to make the subscription payment? I know we talked a little bit about that, but if someone would just go ahead, Marty.
You should make it as soon as you can.
I did fart at one time.
Right. I always tell people too, I mean, you're going to have an opportunity to make the payment with a credit card.
I got a better one. How soon do you want to get paid?
Right.
Yeah.
And with
That'll answer your question. The sooner you pay your subscription, the sooner you'll get paid. You want to wait?
Thanks, Marty. I think this person must have just come in because I addressed that earlier on. Yeah. And I said the CEO has told us we can get a month, maybe 2 months. We don't know. We'll have a grace period. However, we are at least 3 months away from hard launch. So consider this your grace period so that on the day of launch, immediately, I was just telling Red that I'll do mine like within 5 seconds. And Marty said he'll do his before me. So guess what? We're all trying to do it right away so we can get paid, right?
Right. And I tell people too, if you can obtain a credit card, the credit card will be able to make the payment, and most credit cards are not looking for a payment for 30 days. So you should be all set, and that's another option for you. Okay, one last thing, and then we'll get to the panel, the people who have been brought on. Is there still a chance for us to change our emails? So go ahead, Red.
Okay, this is always a question that's asked. I don't think I've been on a Q&A that somebody hasn't asked this question. Remember, your email is your unique identifier, okay? And it will only ever be changed under extreme circumstances because of that. If you are having an account for somebody else, then when you hand that account over, that person needs to have access to that email account. But if your email has been terminated, I know there were some problems with Proton. They terminated a bunch of emails. Then those are exceptional circumstances, and you would be able to get your email changed at this time. Now, I am saying at this time for a reason, because my understanding is as soon as there is money involved, so that could be the bonuses with soft launch, my understanding is that it would be extremely difficult to get that email changed. So if you are looking at it, changing your email, go to that profile section to support and then put a ticket in requesting an email change and explaining why you want to have that email changed. There's no guarantees, but if it is an exceptional circumstances, you might be lucky.
Okay, thank you, Red. We have Sarah on the screen here. Sarah, if you'd like to ask your question.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone.
Hello.
Yeah, I have two questions. First of all, thank you all for the great job helping all of us. Can you please repeat those six platforms going to be on the pre-launch? I'm sorry, Charles, please.
Okay.
So
So
put it on the chat so everybody will check it, you know.
I don't see it as that important, because guess what? You're gonna see it soon, and then
Okay, yes, sir, I have
we're gonna add to them as we go along. But we know so far we're gonna have O lead, O chat, O trim, O tracker, O mail, and then O net. But O net will not be, it will be B2B. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
And these things will evolve.
I
We're
will
gonna
just
have more.
listen to all of them. That's all. Another question. I've been signing people. Myself, I have actually not four accounts on my own. And people sign after me. My question is that for my profit, will it be better for me to add those people under the other three or just line them up? No, I'm just saying, that's what I say. So I have me, right? Then people sign, I have like 6 people. And then I sign like, you know, my son and then my foundation. So I want to sign, you know, for those who are coming, I want to sign them under my son and my foundation, like 3, you know, like have 3 of each one of them. What is best to do? I just, you know.
We've got Red and Maddie trying to give you the best answer, so I don't know who's gonna go first.
It's an art.
It's just to make more money, right?
You go. No, I'll go. No, go ahead, Red.
Okay, well, I'll give you my scenario, and this is what I've done. I've got 11 accounts. Okay, I've got my main account. I bought my kids, I bought other families, friends, etc., etc. So I've got 11 accounts. I have actively built one account. Okay, build, wide on one account. Okay, because the company is going to do the work for you. Yes, I might be funding the other accounts from my main account. No, transfer wallet to wallet. You can do that. Okay, and then allow the company to do the work which we are going to pay them to do, and that is the traffic, the conversions, everything, right? So my suggestion to you is concentrate on your main account. So when it comes to launch, you can either fund the other accounts from your main account, and then guess what? The company are going to get to work and build it for you.
Okay.
What about you, Marty?
Same thing Red just said.
Okay, is that
All
it,
right.
Sarah?
Thank you. Yeah, I got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, next we have Jay Mukai from India. Jay, if you could unmute yourself. Welcome.
Hello,
Hello.
hello, ma'am. Hello, everybody. Myself, Jay Mukhi from India. I have actually 3 questions. My first one is about the subscription, about the soft launch. Suppose a person having 100 teammates, then when he, after the soft launch, just after the soft launch, will he get bonus, or just before or after the completion? Just after the start of hard launch, when he get the bonuses?
Would someone like to answer about the bonuses in soft launch? Red, go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Charles mentioned this on his update, and he did a very good job of it. You can go back and watch the recording, but just to recap, regardless of how many is in your team right now, is immaterial to what bonus you are getting, because you will only get a bonus on new people coming in during the soft launch period. But if you've got 100 people in your team already, just say, for instance, each of those people got 1 person, okay? Our understanding right at this moment, and this might change, by the way, but right at this moment, our understanding is you will get a bonus of $20 for anybody that comes into you direct, and $2 for anybody that comes into you on level 2 down to 15. So if you've got 100 people, they all come in with 1 person. That's an extra 100 people during soft launch that come in, and that will give you a bonus of 20 for yourself, and then another 200 on top of that. So it's a bonus of $220. This you will get through soft launch, and you will get paid it when that person signs up. There is no waiting period. Okay, it is the day and time that that person signs up. Okay, on to your next question.
Thank you, sir. Great, sir. My second question is, like, suppose after the hard launch, suppose tomorrow will be the hard launch. Okay, a person doesn't have the money to go for the subscription, and after a week or after 8 days, he got that money to go for the subscription. So whether that is allowed in the mid of the month?
Anytime you like. Like we said,
Okay.
we're gonna race to do it as soon as we possibly can. Some people might do it after a day, 2 days, a week, 2 weeks, month, or maybe even longer. It depends on whether they have the money. But the thing to remember is your account will not be active, okay, until it is actually paid for. You might see money coming into your account from people within your team, but you won't be able to touch that money until your account is actually activated itself. So it really is in your own interest to pay that money and activate your account as soon as possible, okay, so that you can get paid.
Okay, sir. Let's say thank you. And my related the questions is, like, suppose if the 21 days is left on that month, then that will count for all 30 days, or for the coming month it will cover
No,
that period?
activation is month by month from the day that you actually pay.
Okay, that means if
The same as any subscription you make now. For instance, if you're on Netflix, for instance, it doesn't matter what day you pay for your subscription on Netflix. It starts 30 days from the day that you subscribe. It's not from the 1st of the month to the 1st of the month. Your subscription starts from whatever date that you pay that money, and Onpassive will be exactly the same.
And the subscription is only for 30 days. Like we have a month like February, that is of 28 days for the normal year.
It is 12. It is it's not 52 weeks of the year. It's 12 months. It's 12 months. So however that equates to it within the year, that's how it is.
Well, let me just say this, Jay, you won't have to worry about whether it's 28 days or 30 days, because guess what? You only pay one time, right?
Oh, yeah.
And that's it. So don't worry about it. Okay?
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
We can't start making up things that haven't happened yet. So we have to we all have to trust the process. I know your
Actually,
mind. Your mind is
actually,
thinking.
actually, these are the questions coming from my teammates. That's why I
Yeah.
asked you.
That's okay. Okay, thank you for
Okay,
joining us. Before we get
Thank you, ma'am.
to Guanvala, I know there was talk about team building and bringing people in and all of that. So we do have a question from the chat. Can you please confirm to those founders whom aren't team builders that they will be okay as well, especially being a founder, as I am getting messages saying it's all about team building. So if someone I knew you were going to respond, Michael, if you could reassure everyone like you're so good at. Thank you.
Thanks, Susie. No, it's just that I'm not sure why this question keeps coming up. You know, I think every presentation that exists always states, you know, active or passive, you're going to win. That has not changed, right? And we know that the majority of founders are passive, okay? If the majority of founders were active, we would have millions in Onpassive right now. Millions in Onpassive right now, okay? So yes, we're all excited about the 762,000 plus that we have, but that's just tiny because it's only a few that are actually active, okay? So rest assured, 100%, if you are passive, meaning you're not sharing the business with anyone, you're not building the team, you're keeping it all to yourself, it doesn't matter, you're going to win, all right? You're good. Okay,
well said. Tabitha Yang from the USA. Tabitha, if you could unmute yourself and ask, I'm sorry, hang on, Tabitha. We have John Guanvala or Guanvala John, if you could unmute yourself. He keeps coming in and out. So Tabitha, we'll go to you and we'll come back to him. Looks like she's closing the blind. Okay, Tabitha, if you could unmute yourself and ask your question, please. Okay, Tabitha, if you could unmute yourself, please, and ask your question.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I do have a question about, my question is that because I have a lot of people out of the country, and so a lot of my team members, they had asked me to help them due to language barrier. And I wanted to ask the question, and I already told my team members that I would ask the question and get back to them, is that they wanted to know if by when hard launch comes and they cannot access to their account due to not able to understand how to do it, can I manage their accounts and link their accounts to my accounts and help them manage their accounts and withdraw money from their accounts and disperse to them, you know, like send it to them because they won't be able to do it due to not able to understand how to do it.
Okay, who would like to answer that?
Yes, Tabitha, you will be able to do that. Okay, so that's an arrangement between you and them. I just don't know how many accounts you'll be able to manage because you will be overwhelmed too. But obviously, we're going to have language capabilities so they can translate English to your back office, right? And change the language to almost every language around the globe, right? So if they don't understand, it's not going to be because of a language barrier. It's probably going to be because of some other reasons. But the answer is yes, you will be able to manage as many accounts as you can handle.
Okay, and then
let me add a bit onto that. Okay.
Okay.
So it depends, because you've said a lot of things, Tabitha. Okay. So it depends, right? Because what you're talking about is that you want to be able to withdraw the money, right? You're going to receive the money. Where are you going to receive the money? You can only receive the money in your bank account. Okay. You cannot receive the money in their bank account, because unless you're joint on their bank account or something, you understand? You will not be able to receive it there. Okay. But if you have a joint account with the person, sure. Okay. So so I just wanted the clarity, right? Just so you know. Okay. If you have access to their wallet, right? If you have access to their bank account, because to me, if they get the money in their bank account, they don't need you to manage that part of it. Okay. But as far as the business part, you just have to help them set it up. That's what I would suggest. Help them set it up, okay? Meaning the wallet portion, help them with the KYC. So once that is set up, all is needed anytime they want to withdraw money is to go into the account and do the withdrawal. Again, you can assist them with that. So it's not so much that you're managing the account itself. It's more of assisting them in what help they may need to be able to access their funds. Okay, so I hope that's clear.
Okay. I want to add to that too. I would never manage somebody else's money. I mean, maybe my children or something like that, or my grandchildren, but I would never manage another person's money. Because when you withdraw it, wherever you're from the US, that's your income.
Taxable.
Right? That's your income. So now you got to go to the government and say, oh no, I'm doing it for so-and-so in this country. You're going to have a nightmare. I would never do. I would do what Mike says and go in there and help assist them to withdraw their own money. I mean, don't get yourself in a bind like that. That would be a nightmare. I would never, ever, that's my opinion. I would never, ever do that. Never.
Well, so let me say something, for especially those people in the third world countries, like in my country or, some remote countries back there. A lot of them don't have accounts. They have no way of having accounts. I have opened so many accounts with the hope to manage it, but guess what? I paid for those accounts. You see what I mean? So no matter what, I can just give them any amount that I want. If these people are paying for those accounts by themselves, then Mike is right. You might run into some kind of problems. You might want to let them do it themselves. Okay.
Okay. So if they cannot, if they don't know how to go to their emails and open their emails, now this is what we have trouble with them every day. And so how can we help them,
But that's different though, Tabitha. That part you can help them with. We're just talking about the actual money part itself. Okay, you can help them. Somebody can say, you know what, here's my password to my email address. I can log into their email, no problem. Okay, if that person allows me to do that, sure. And I've done it for others, so that isn't an issue, right? The admin part is not an issue. Okay, it's the part where there's actually money now inside a wallet. You want to withdraw that money so the person can go spend it, etc. Okay, that's where we're just suggesting it's best to assist the person through the process as opposed to being responsible for receiving the money and now you're trying to distribute that money. Okay, there's such thing as money laundering. When you hear the term money laundering, it doesn't necessarily mean that, oh, somebody's doing something bad. It doesn't necessarily mean that. Okay, it's just the way the flow of the money. Okay, it's the flow of it. Okay, so that can also be incorporated in that whole thing called money laundering. Okay, so we just have to be careful, and I'm sure there's going to be more than enough specialists to be able to give the appropriate advice based upon each different, each country and so on. So we're going to be fine. So I wouldn't really get bogged down with that right now. There will be a way to assist each individual that are in a similar situation that Charles spoke about, and also yourself. Okay, so they're going to be fine because there will be a way to be able to assist.
Okay, all right. Thank you. I will get back to my people and let them know so they can rest assured. Thank you.
Okay, thanks for helping your team. Thank you, Michael.
Yep.
A quick question from the chat and then we'll get to Eugene. Since we are not an MLM company, Are the timestamps entering into the company no longer important?
Well, timestamp has nothing to do with MLM. Timestamp is always important, okay? But we are not an MLM company.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay, that was their question. Thank you. Okay, Eugene, we see you. Could you unmute yourself and ask your question?
Hello, everybody. I just want to get straight to the point. There is a site on onpassive.com which says Onpassive Review. And when you click on it, it says a bird's eye review. And when you click on it, it doesn't work. And this is not the first time I have tried it many times. If it's not working, why don't we remove it? Or is it working? Is it something that I'm doing wrong? That is my first question. My first observation.
Go ahead, Red.
Okay. Please remember, as Charles said, we are in the pre-launch stage. We haven't even got to the beta testing stage yet. This is all part of testing things to make sure they work, and in this case, or don't work. Okay, we are going to be having another new onpassive.com website built for us. Okay, that will be coming very shortly, and this might alleviate this problem. Until the day that we launch, there will be bugs. There will be things that don't work. We are here to test the system. Just because everything is not working perfectly now does not mean that we're not on track. It does not mean that we are not where we should be. And my understanding is, I am sure that the tech people know that this link might not work. And probably the reason it doesn't work is because there's no information to be put there at this stage. So I wouldn't worry about it. But thank you very much for drawing it to our attention. If you are that concerned about it, you can send a ticket to support to use the drop down on the support and let the technicians know that it's not working, but I wouldn't worry about it, that's for sure.
Thank you very much. My next question is, recently, or about last week, there was this news going around about semiconductor issues around the world.
Mm-hmm.
What is how robust are we? Or if our CEO is here now, he would. I'm sure you understand what I'm saying. How are we prepared? Because it is going to be a very big problem internationally. So how strong are we to? Are we dealing with this semiconductor shortage?
Anyone? Red?
Yeah, I'll take that again if you want to. Okay, as you well know or don't know, we are using Amazon Cloud, and we are using a thing called liquid hosting within Amazon Cloud. And this means that it automatically adjusts to the traffic or the usage of our system. Okay, so at the moment, okay, we are using Amazon Cloud, but in the future, we've all been told that our CEO is looking at developing their own cloud so that we can host ourselves on our own cloud, and then other companies as well can pay to use our own cloud services. But I wouldn't worry about this usage. CEO has got this all in hand. He has paid an awful lot of money to host us on the cloud at the moment, and that is all in hand. So I wouldn't worry yourself about it. It's not going to be a server problem because we use liquid hosting.
Thank you very much. The last but not the last question, I should say. If I may ask, the products that are now working, like Tracker and all these ones, when you get there, it says new. So can we go in there now and test them as it were, or as it is?
We'll just wait for all founders to be out, Eugene, so they are not quite working yet. So give it about a week when all founders is out, and then you can go and play with it, okay?
Okay. I think this question you have answered is, but I just want to, I opened an account with somebody because I don't want the person. Sometimes you said we partnered to open this account for ourselves. I paid the whole money for him, But I believe if I leave it for him, even if he's going to be the one to manage the finances when he comes in, I decided to partner with him because I will be keeping an eye on him. So we are in partnership in opening this account. Now, can both of us operate this account side by side, both knowing the email address and the password? Can we both manage the account, pari passu?
Eugene, Eugene, if you have an agreement with whoever it may be, and both of you have access through the password to the GoFounders back office and the password to the emails, then that's an agreement between both of you, and it's entirely up to you how you operate that account. But in short, if you both have access to it, then you can both use that account.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you all for your help. You are doing a good job. Thanks. Bye-bye now.
Thank you, Eugene. Yes, Ash had mentioned that before. Like if there's 3 people in a family, they can attach 3 different places that they want the money to go to. I believe that is true. So yes, as long as you're in agreement. Okay, thank you, Eugene. Next we have, I love this name, Ying Samuel Sofa. How are you? If you could ask your question, please. Hi, we can see you. Can you ask your question, please, Jing? Samuel Sofa? We can't hear you. Okay, he may not be wanting to do that. How about Delroy Tomlinson? Delroy, hello, if you could unmute yourself, please.
Yes, hi everyone.
Hi.
Right. Okay, just a very simple question here. Just for clarity, in our back office where we see bonus, there is a bonus calculator there. Are those figures for just soft launch, or are they also for hard launch?
Who would
the
like
bonus is only for soft launch, right? So when we go to hard launch, there is no bonus, okay? The compensation plan kicks in. So what you see there is just for soft launch.
Just for soft launch. Okay, okay. Okay, there's another thing that I've always wondered about, but I never got to ask. In the you call it now, the section of that shows you, the sign-ups for each individual person. What do you call it? The leaderboard or something like that? Right. There's one that marks Onpassive admin. What exactly is that?
Okay, who would like
or
to?
who is represented by that exactly? Onpassive admin.
So I'll take that, Susie.
Okay.
That is a holding tank. Okay, so that is a holding tank. Ash Mafar does not have a position, in the company structure. That's a holding tank. And so sometimes you get organic traffic that leads to, let's call them orphans. Sometimes there are some errors. And so that number will go up and down. Okay, it doesn't necessarily stay the same all the time. So once, so let's say I registered, I went to onpassive.com and somehow I was able to register on my own or whatever, I will end up in that spot. Okay. And then once the person figured out, wait a minute, it should have been Delroy Tomlinson. That should have been the person, as my sponsor, so once they figure that out and they submit it to support, then that becomes changed to the rightful sponsor. Okay. So it's just a holding tank is what it is.
Okay. I always wondered about it. That's all. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Delroy. Next, we're going to try Jing again. Jing Samuel Sofa. If you could unmute yourself. Jing Samuel Sofa. What a great name that is, huh?
I don't think he wants. He might have raised his hand by mistake because
I think
kind of looked too comfortable to ask a question.
Yeah, he's on the sofa. He's on the sofa. Okay, so we have Deepak from India. Deepak Sambial, if you could unmute yourself, Deepak. I see you walking. We see you. Hi there.
Good afternoon. Good
Hello.
afternoon. Good evening, everyone. I am Deepak from India, and here are my few questions. Like we have one product like OShop. OShop will be like Amazon. It will be like Amazon or some or what it will be like. Thank you.
Go ahead, Red.
Merchandising. That's what OShop is going to be. So if you want to buy a cap, t-shirt that's got Onpassive on it, or a mug, coaster, anything like that, that's what OShop is going to be.
Only that only. There will be like no products like more t-shirts of Nike, Adidas, and other brands.
No.
Like we
No,
have on Amazon and Flipkart.
There will be a marketplace within the Onpassive ecosystem where other businesses can host their products and services. But as far as OShop, which is what your question is concerned, this is going to be just for merchandising.
Okay, you mean to say OShop will be not that, but some other tool will be like that, where people can upload their business from where they will get the customer from all over the world.
Yeah, correct.
Like I own garments and footwear business in India at my place. Can I bring my business with Onpassive? I am a founder. Do I have to pay another amount for registering my business into that, or it will be like no charges?
No charges. If you're a founder, you can bring a business in. There will be requirements that you have to meet to be able to host it on the Onpassive ecosystem. And mainly that is, it's a legitimate business. I mean, it's registered and legal, and it is above board. So obviously nothing untoward. If you meet the criteria, then you can host it on the Onpassive platform, and you can have traffic driven to your own business and also host it on the marketplace within the Onpassive ecosystem. But remember this, each founder's position, which your business will be part of you, okay, only has a certain amount of traffic for that one position. But as we all know, you will be able to buy extra traffic packages on top of that to drive it, okay?
When Amazon launched in India, there was one guy who managed my account on my behalf. I was not doing anything. He was only managing my account. He was doing my online work. So in Onpassive also, we can bring other people business in our account so that we can do business on their behalf.
Again, you can have any amount of businesses under your one founder's account, but remember, you only get a certain amount of traffic to that one founder's position. And again, each business.
I have my 5 personal account in Onpassive.
Well, there you go. You can put one under each one if you wanted to.
Okay. And second, like parents and other relatives also very concerned about my settlement in life. So I tell them that don't worry, I am in Onpassive. Everything will be okay with that period of time. So is this statement okay, or you can add more points?
I have no idea what your settlement is going to be to your family that you have promised at all, I'm afraid.
Because we all are founders, it is applicable on everyone, like you, Michael Williams, Mukund sir, Marty sir, Susie ma'am, we all are founders. So hope our life will be more and more settling in upcoming days, because we are a founder of
I sincerely hope so, and
Onpassive.
I'm sure I sincerely hope so, and Michael Williams will certainly concur with me now. If it's not, we've wasted 2.5 years of our time promoting Onpassive.
Yes, why it will be not? Okay.
You'll eat your hat, like Andy said.
Well, so it looks like a lot of founders, they just need that assurance. Okay, so founders, rest assured, if you are a founder, in the long run, you and your family, your kids and your kids' kids will be okay financially. That's the assurance.
God bless your this particular statement that kids and their kids.
Yes. Yes.
And last question, like my father and mother, they are also founder in Onpassive, but they are not doing any work. My mother brought 2 founders, but my father is still 0. So but they will charge up their account with $250 and hope so they will get traffic also in future. So will it be quite fine for them if they don't work, if they will be like passive?
100%, yes.
Okay. So, and sorry, last question, one more. Should I own 5 position? My family own 5 position. I 2 and rest 1. So, can we buy more positions in future? We can sell them, or we should take for our upcoming people in our family, like
You can have
my
as many.
brothers.
Go for
My
it, Charles.
brothers.
I just
My
want to say,
brother's wife.
okay, Deepak,
Yes.
you can buy as many positions as you can afford. I just want you to remember that for each position, when we launch, you're going to have to come up with around $250. Just keep that in mind. But you can buy as
No
many
problem.
as you can afford, okay? All right.
But you certainly cannot sell them. Okay?
But I cannot sell them.
You cannot sell. No, you cannot buy a founder position and then you want to go sell that founder position that you bought to someone. Okay, that's not what this is. Okay, you can buy as many as you want for yourself. Okay, or in your family, etc. Okay, but you cannot buy it and then turn around and try to sell it. Okay, that's not that kind of business. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much for giving all of you for giving your valuable time. Thank you so much. Have a great time. Thank you.
Thank you. We have a question, which we've talked about the emails, but Belinda Allen from Virginia wrote, and we can help her through this. I sent support my new Gmail email address. How long does it normally take to hear back from support? It has been 10 days since I emailed support. I'm not receiving any emails from GoFounders at my Yahoo email address. And obviously she can't log in because she can't get the password reset. Sometimes what happens, Belinda, I'll speak to this and then someone else can. Sometimes what happens is people unsubscribe to GoFounders and therefore they're not receiving the emails from them. So if you still have access to your Yahoo account, we highly, highly recommend you don't change your account on your position, that you stick with the Yahoo account. As long as you can get into your Yahoo account, you're fine. Then you can you can contact one of us in the Leadership Council if you're having an issue, or you can send a message, support@gofounders.net, and give them, your email address and that you don't want to be whitelisted, as they called it, or vice versa, that you want to be subscribed to receive the emails. If anyone else wants to comment on that, you can. Yeah, I guess I did okay.
I have a question.
Okay, hang on one second. I will be calling people as there's a lot of background noise. Amit, background noise, are you on? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
It's very difficult. There's reverberation. Do you have two devices going? Because if you do, you need to mute one of them.
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. My question is actually, we know that after the soft launch, we'll make some profit from that subscription system as we have a number of products. So from there we'll get the profits. but my question is, how will get the profit from that subscription system?
Someone want to go ahead, Red?
Okay. Once we launch to the world, we will be a customer-based business selling digital services and products to customers throughout the globe. As you know, the products and services that we have, people already, about 4.5 billion people are using a similar product and service around the globe now that we will have within our arsenal and ecosystem. So how are you going to get paid? Quite simply, once you have activated your account, that is when Onpassive get to work on your behalf to drive traffic to your domain name and websites. People will be targeted with Onpassive products and services. If they click on your link, then they subsequently go on to buy one of the products and services. As a customer or a reseller, you will get a small commission from that. Okay, that is how you will get paid, by that customer purchasing either a product or service or becoming a reseller of the digital products and services for Onpassive. You in turn get a commission. Now also remember, if you have people in your team, they are all doing exactly the same as what you've just done, which I've just explained to. But on top of that, you will also get a small proportion of their commissions as well, all the way down 15 levels. That is how you make a residual income, because it is a subscription-based business, which means people pay on a monthly basis to use the digital products and services of Onpassive.
Okay, you're muted, Amit. You're muted. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, sir. I got my answer.
Okay, thank you for joining us. Russell, we're going to wait a little bit because you've been on already. We have Ellen waiting. So Ellen, if you could unmute yourself and ask your question, please.
Thank you so much. I have several questions.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay.
All right, so let me start with what just went on with the accounts and putting them in our names, and I'm confused. If you could help me. If I keep all of the accounts that I purchase, can I put them in my family members' names, and then when they finally come around, transfer them to them? Or do I have to just put them in my name? Whose name do I need to put them in is my question. Can I put them in their name and just wait for them to come around because they're hesitant because they think this is a multi-level marketing, and then turn around and transfer them to them when they do come around? Or what do I do at this point? That's my question with that issue.
Who would like to answer that question about the recommendation? Go ahead, Red or Charles.
Charles, do you want to take it? I'll take it if you want to. It's up to you.
Yeah, go ahead, Red. I've been talking too
much. Okay. Quite simply, Ellen, was it Ellen, was it, I believe, your name?
Yes, thank you.
Hi, Ellen. Yeah, the easiest thing to do is put them all in your own name, okay, until you want to transfer them across. And the reason this is the easiest way of doing it is because when it comes to the soft launch period and we have to activate the O-wallets, there will be a KYC that you will have to do. And this is know your customer. Now, if that account that you are looking after is in somebody else's name, then that person's name has to go through the KYC. So to make it easier, it's easier just to do it all in your name. And then once the account's up and running, or at the time that you want to gift it to anybody, you just change the name in the profile section that you can do. Make sure they have access to the email and password, and then they're good to go. You can change over wallets and all the rest of it at a later date, okay? But that's the easiest thing and what I would do.
Okay, thank you very much, Red. Then I have a question about a partnership. I have an elderly relative that doesn't understand the internet, and he would like to do a partnership with me. Does he have access at the same time as I do to get into this as a founder?
Again, that's entirely up to you, whatever you decide to do with this person. You can, if you have an agreement between the two of you to have access jointly to the accounts, then both of you need to have access through the passwords and emails. And this is something that you need to work out between the two of you.
Okay, so we can get on at the same time is my question.
As long as both of you have the access to that account, which means you both have the password, the login details, and you also have access to the email that is joined to that account.
Okay, then I have a question regarding the accounts. I have multiple family members. I have many children and grandchildren. And I'm listening to this about the soft launch and the payout on the soft launch. Is it best for me to hold off on opening these accounts until the soft launch so that I can get paid out on them?
Again, that's it.
Let me take that, right?
Go on then.
That's an interesting one. So, Alan, so first of all, there is a possibility that the prices will go up during soft launch. Okay, so what if it goes up, say $50, $149, for example? That's $52 extra per account that you're going to spend. Why? Because you're trying to make $20 per account, right? That's number one. So that doesn't make sense. Now, number two, because you have held off until soft launch, they lose out on the marketing campaigns. You see? So those are two big reasons why you don't want to do that.
All right, that makes sense to me. Okay, now my next question would be, something came up from my relative about blockchain. And he wants to know if this is somehow related to blockchain with cryptocurrency and stuff. I believe it is. I just need to get that clarified from you guys.
Okay. So this is so unrelated to blockchain, it's not even funny. Okay? This is a whole different technology. There is a blockchain technology which is actually disruptive. You have all these cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, all of that, using that technology. Great. And then now you have artificial intelligence, which is a whole different industry, even more disruptive than blockchain. Well, one thing we should understand, at some point in time, in Onpassive, we might have our own cryptocurrency. But for now, we're going to use that cryptocurrency, which is actually the future, to be able to receive payments and make payments. That doesn't mean we are related to them, right? We use dollars, fiat, right? When we use dollars or pounds, that's fiat. Does that mean we are related to dollars or fiat? No, that's just a form of payment that we are using. And blockchain or cryptocurrency might just be another form of payment that we use. We're not related.
Okay, that makes perfect sense. And that's exactly what I explained to him. But nobody, I don't know, I guess I'm ahead of the curve here with understanding what's going on. And I'm having trouble getting everybody to catch up. They catch up like 2 weeks later. So now, last thing I have to ask is, because I'm a writer, is there going to be a publishing feature within all of this?
Is there a writer in the house that wants to answer that?
Come on, Red.
Okay, my as far as will you be able to publish anything via Onpassive, my gut feeling and thing that I think is no, but you will be able to host your books on Onpassive. So for instance, if you have a digital book now, which I suspect you probably have if you've gone through those mediums of having anything publicized already, you will be able to put it on Academy, for instance, for people to view there. And you will probably, if you wanted to, be able to charge somebody a small fee for accessing it. But that's where I think that you should be heading towards. is to be able to put your books on Academy.
Can I?
Also, if you're a writer, Helen,
Yeah.
we have tools that are really, really going to help you in your thing, okay? So, or capture, for example, right? This is screen capture and so many different tools that are going to help you as a writer.
Okay, and then I'm also building a foundation for mental health. And I'm going to need guidance with Oblast for crowdfunding so that I can get mental health services on the ground across the globe.
I'm sure you'll be able to see and find out all about how this will work out when we actually see Oblast and how the formats are all worked out with that. But my understanding is it will be very similar to a lot of the already crowdfundings out there, like Just Giving, etc. So the format we haven't quite seen yet. So once we see it, then you'll have a better understanding of how you'll be able to get that off the ground.
Okay, and then last thing with the writing thing, so like Amazon has this self-publishing thing going on, which drives me bananas. Are they gonna ever think about doing something like that?
My understanding is, Ash says if there's a need for it, he'll develop it. So why not contact support in development, give them the idea, and you never know in the future. It sounds like a great idea, because I'm sure you're not the only person who is in this boat as well, who wants to get publications done, whether it's in physical hard copy or online. And I'm sure this is something that can be looked at, and it's a great idea in my opinion.
Okay. I have tons more questions, but I'm not going to hold you guys up hostage. Yeah, like I said, I'm always 2 weeks ahead of everybody else. So I'm just going to kind of sit still, and I'll keep sending my questions to support. I'm not getting responses like the other lady said. So I'll just sit tight and wait.
Fantastic. Thanks for your questions.
No, thank you guys for everything. You're awesome.
Okay, thank you. I'm just going to say something in the nicest, most polite way I can, because that's how I am. Our chat is a positive place to help answer questions and to respond to each other in a nice way. I'm also going to say that if you have not heard Ash Mufareh speak recently, I highly recommend you go back and re-listen to recordings. We are in the launching process. We are going into soft launch and then hard launch. If your belief level is low, we highly recommend you go and listen to the recorded webinars that he has shown up on. He is not leaving any founder behind. He has posted in the community recently. It is all positive news. Our chat needs to be positive, because we are not here to bring each other down or to make snide comments about things. So for the most part, 99% of the chat is great, and we appreciate all the founders in there helping answer each other's questions. There are many, many questions. We may not get to all of them that are in the chat, but we cannot load it with any negativity. And then Julie and I are trying to filter through to find a pertinent question and a positive question that needs to be answered. So I'm going to get off my soapbox, and we're going to take the next person, which is, I don't know if Masinj Solanki, you were up next, but we do not see your video. If you could unmute yourself, Masinj.
Hey, Susie, I want to say something to you and Julie. If somebody's negative or nasty, give me their name. I know how to deal with those people. It's really simple.
Okay, we're starting with a clean slate right now in the chat, okay? Thank you. Okay, so Masinj hasn't come on yet. Russell, I know you've been on before. If you just have a quick question, or is it several questions? Two. Okay, go ahead, unmute yourself, and then we'll get to Eureka Godwin. Okay, go ahead, Russell.
This is Russell from the United States. I forgot to say that last time. I do appreciate you taking me again. I remember my other questions I had. Okay, let's say that I have 10 accounts and I am able to give 5 of them away in the way that I want to do it. So I end up with 5 accounts, 5 founder accounts for myself. Is there any benefit to keeping all 5 of them as a founder account, or after the first year is gone, just drop all of them but my main account and keep that one as a founder and drop the other 4 as founders? What would be the best method for that?
Okay, Marty.
Sorry, before you answer, Marty, the best answer for that would be give them to me. Thank you.
Well, that was my answer. If you're not sure, give them to Michael. No, listen, you're going to be able to answer that, but I'm going to read the future for you. No freaking way are you going to give them away. Okay, that's
No,
my opinion.
I'm not thinking about giving them away.
No, but you will keep the founder position. I would believe you don't have to. There's going to be a reason why to keep it. Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
No doubt, Russell, no doubt.
And then in some of your answers, especially Charles, you were making me laugh. Yeah, I love that. Okay, the next question I have, and this might be I need to talk to support. When I go in and look at my genealogy, account, I've got 2, but then I've started doing them like account number 3 is account, to account number 2, and then account number 4 is linked to account number 3. So I've been going like that, but it's not showing those 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th generations on my main account. Is that something that I need to talk to support about, or is that just something that's happening right now because it's not finalized?
Anyone?
Okay, that's something that's happening right now. Don't need to talk to support about it. That's by design, okay? We're not going to see genealogy like an MLM company where you have the trees. We're not going to see that, right? But they just want you to kind of have an idea what's in your team, how many people are on your team, and that's intact. So don't worry about it. Everything is fine. When we go to main launch, then you start get compensated for everybody.
Oh yeah, I wasn't worried about that aspect of it. I was just wondering because the doctor who showed us that earlier, she like could see all the people that she had on level 3 and 4 and things like that.
That's a team summary though. You can see that too when you go to your virtual office, your back office,
right?
And you click on team summary.
Okay.
You'll be able to see all of that.
Okay, I'll try that. I'll try to remember to click on team summary. Maybe I haven't been
exactly. That's what.
And that's if you have a team. Okay, that's if you have a team.
I do. It's not just me, but it's mainly me just going down.
Okay.
All right. Thanks.
Okay. Thanks, Russell. I also want to address Ellen, who was on before. She said she was sending several messages to support and hadn't heard back. You've got to remember that you have a leadership council, you have other Facebook groups and communities of people to answer the questions. And if they're questions like we're hearing today and kind of strategizing or understanding it, that needs to be here, or you reach out to the leadership council to ask those questions. Support is more for the technical questions or issues with your account. As far as getting questions answered like today, you can go in the back office under leadership council, go up to leaders. Everybody's email is in there. Bring up your questions. That's what we're here to help. We don't want to be bombarding support with any questions that maybe we can help you with that they are not fully educated on to answer. They're there as more technical, and we're here more helping with more of the admin questions. Okay, Eureka Godwin from Nigeria, if you could unmute yourself, you're next.
All right.
Hi.
Greetings to everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Greetings to you too. Go ahead. How are you?
Fine, sir. All right. The question is, as a founder, and I have, for instance, 6 person in my team who are also founders, but they don't have anybody in the team. At soft launch, the bonus that I'm going to have, will that be able to take care of my subscription fee during hard launch?
Okay, let me talk about bonus again during soft launch. There is no bonus for what we have done getting into soft launch. The bonus that you're gonna get will depend on what comes in during soft launch. Okay, so apparently you have 6 people that are inactive, tells me. So therefore, whatever bonus you're gonna get is gonna either come from you or from the marketing campaign if you happen to get anything, which is not a guarantee. So if you want to get bonus during soft launch, my friend, I would suggest that you start sharing the opportunity. I would suggest that during soft launch, you share the webinars as much as you can so that you can get activity. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right.
All right. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Let me just add something, Susie, please. Not necessarily to Godwin, but to everyone, right? This business is not about soft launch, okay? Like I hope everyone understands that. This business is not about soft launch, okay? Soft launch is gonna go by like that, okay? Maximum 90 days, maximum. Like, do you want to make money for 90 days or do you want to make money for a lifetime? You understand? Right? So this is not about soft launch. If by chance you generate something, you got something coming, that's why it's called a bonus. Okay? A bonus. It's not commissions. It's not, recognized as income per se. You understand? It's just a bonus. Meaning that, hey, if you get it, hey, that's great. That's gravy. Thank you so much. Right? So let's keep that in mind. Soft launch, the focal point is testing. Test. Okay, we finished testing in 4 weeks. Okay, let's move into hard launch. If we finish testing in 2 weeks, you understand? It's a bonus. So let's not get, bogged down about soft launch. Too many people are thinking that way. Think about hard launch. Think about trying to get there in the best possible shape that you can. If it means that it's 0, that's your best shape, that's your best shape. It's not a big deal. If it's 6, if it's 16, 1600, 16,000, okay, just get there in the best shape that you possibly can. Then the company goes to work for you, and that's where you're gonna see what you are looking for, okay? After hard launch is when you will see what you are looking for, okay?
Thank you, Michael. Always special to hear from you. I want to also say this because I know what is in Godwin's mind, and it's going in a lot of people's minds, especially back in Africa, because he's concerned about having money to pay that subscription, which is a good thing. A lot of us want to have money, if possible, during soft launch to pay the subscription. But all you have to do that, share. During soft launch, share, and you will see what happens, okay?
Okay. Are you all set with your questions? Okay, great. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, everyone's got to remember, what are we going to be testing during soft launch? Well, I'm thinking we're going to be testing OWallet. That, like Michael says, it's a bonus. Ash doesn't have to do this. He's choosing to do this. It's during that time that they're going to be testing marketing campaigns and other things. So we can't just rely on that to sustain us. Okay, so next we have Olikith. I hope I'm saying your name right. Olikith MK. If you could unmute yourself, we can see you. Hi there.
Hello everyone.
Hi, do you have a question?
I'm Likit from India.
Hello, welcome.
My friend asked me question.
Okay.
Company private limited, but more than lakhs together not giving the founders, only limited 200 founders.
Does anyone?
Likit, if you are not comfortable with English, please ask in Hindi. I will answer you in Hindi. Just don't worry.
Okay.
Is it okay, Susie?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Likit, ask in Hindi.
If you can ask in Hindi, Mukund will answer you in Hindi.
सर उन्होंने बोला था कंपनी प्राइवेट लिमिटेड है
नहीं सर, कंपनी पार्टनरशिप हेड में आती है। जब आप प्राइवेट लिमिटेड, पब्लिक लिमिटेड या पार्टनरशिप एलएलसी की बात करते हो तो वो एमसीए के अंडर आती है। तो आपको ये एमसीए में नहीं मिलेगी, ये पार्टनरशिप के अंडर है। तो ये वहाँ नहीं सर्च कीजिए, आप वहाँ नहीं मिलेगी आपको।
ओके ओके
ओनली
सर,
पार्टनरशिप
ये
है
दो
अपना।
फाउंडर्स का सर्टिफिकेट मिलता है।
को फाउंडर का सर्टिफिकेट, कोई भी कॉर्पोरेट कंपनी का सर्टिफिकेट उसके पास होता है। क्या हमें कभी टाटा बिरला या अंबानी के सर्टिफिकेट देखने के लिए मिलते हैं? ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड, ये कॉर्पोरेट ग्रुप है, ये एक ट्रेडिशनल कंपनी है। आप इसको किसी एमएलएम कंपनी की तरह मत कंपेयर कीजिए कि जहाँ वेबसाइट पे सर्टिफिकेट डिस्प्ले होते हैं।
उन्होंने बोला था मुझे।
देखिए, अगर कंपनी का ऑफिस है, अगर कंपनी जीएसटी पे कर रही है, अगर कंपनी का बैंक अकाउंट है, तो कंपनी का ऑलरेडी लीगल डॉक्यूमेंट्स क्लियर है सर। जस्ट डोंट वरी अबाउट दैट।
ओके ओके
ठीक है,
ओके
उन्होंने
सर,
जो
थैंक यू
जीएसटी
सर।
पे किया है वो पब्लिक डोमेन में मिल जाएगा, डोंट वरी।
ओके सर, थैंक यू।
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank
the
you.
next.
Okay. Thank you. Next we have, is it Bethy Rajesh? Yes. Could you ask your question, please? Welcome. We can't hear you. We can't hear you, Bethy Rajesh.
Hello.
Okay. Hi. Do you have a question?
Good evening, everyone.
Hello.
Hello. Good evening, everyone.
We can hear you. Do you have a question?
When launching soft launch?
Would someone like to answer that? I have to take a call, Julie.
We are already in soft launch, my friend. Right? We are in soft launch already. Okay? So enjoy it.
My comment is, you know, what are you expecting in soft launch? Why do you want us to be in soft launch now? Sir?
Hello?
Yes, can you hear me? What are you expecting in soft launch?
हिंदी में बात कर सकते हैं?
बिल्कुल कर सकते हैं बेटी सर। वैसे माइकल सर पूछ रहे हैं कि आपको सॉफ्ट लॉन्च में क्या चाहिए एग्जैक्टली, आप क्या एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं सॉफ्ट लॉन्च से?
मेरा बात क्या है बोलो तो, इधर आदमी को ज्वाइन करना बोलो तो कब डेट है, लास्ट डेट कब है बोल के पूछ रहा।
देखिए सर, किसी भी बड़े प्रोजेक्ट का कोई लास्ट डेट नहीं होता। उनको बोलिए कि हम प्रोसेस चल रहा है कि जितना भी अभी ओ फाउंडर का नया वेबसाइट आएगा या जो भी ये चीजें अपडेट हो रही है, ये सारा का सारा सॉफ्ट लॉन्च से पहले का ही बेसिक प्रोसीजर पूरा हो रहा है। तो उनको
अभी
बोलो
इसमें
कि आप अगर इसमें क्या होगा, देखिए मैं आपको बताता हूँ। अगर वो सॉफ्ट लॉन्च के लिए रुकेंगे कि भाई सॉफ्ट लॉन्च होगा उसके एक दिन पहले हम करेंगे, तो उनका जो डेट और टाइम के हिसाब से उनका पोजीशन है वो नहीं बनेगा। वो जितने जल्दी आएंगे उतने जल्दी उनका एक पोजीशन बनेगा, उनको एक पोजीशन मिलेगा, तो उनको आगे जाके ज्यादा फायदा होगा।
और लास्ट क्वेश्चन, हमारा हमारा कितने फाउंडर ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं एक
सर
आदमी को?
कितने भी कर सकते हैं, अनगिनत।
ओ
माइकल सर के 2000 के ऊपर डायरेक्ट फाउंडर्स हैं।
थैंक यू वेलकम सर।
नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन।
वेलकम सर।
Thank you, Betty. Susie, please go ahead for next one.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I'm going to go with the people who have their videos on. Sandra Fletcher, if you could unmute yourself and ask your question, please.
Yes. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
I have an email address that I have been using for such a long time. So I'm wondering if I should create a new email address just for Onpassive.
Are you using the email address now for Onpassive?
Yes, I'm using it for Onpassive right now, but I use it for everything. So I'm
That's
just
okay.
Create a different one.
Does anyone want to respond? You don't need to create a different one unless you're getting another account.
Okay.
So if I have an old email address I've used since AOL came out, okay, I'm old. That's okay. My account has that, but I'm not going to change that. That all of a sudden you have to substantiate with support why you're changing it. You could just keep that one. If you want to purchase any additional accounts under yourself or whatever, then create new email addresses. But there's no reason why you cannot keep that same old email address to correspond with Onpassive.
Okay, thank you.
Does that help answer your question?
Sure, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
And Sandra, remember, you can filter your messages and have all the co-founder or Onpassive messages go to one file in your email. So it will keep it separate for you. I know Gmail does that. I'm sure all the other ones do.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you can do an online search on whatever email provider you're using and just question that. How do I filter my emails or create a folder or an inbox with just those? Okay. All right.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, of course. We have Willie. If you would like to unmute yourself and ask your question, please.
Yes, please. Yeah, thank you guys so much for the good work. Yeah, I don't want to take the time. I know we have time constraint. Yeah, but I noticed that a lot of people are like, it's a joint account. We all have the same email, the same password. But this is a family, and I'm just thinking that people who do that is good because we want to express our passion with Onpassive, taking into consideration the fact that Onpassive, for us to benefit, we have to utilize it right now, meaning that we benefit if we take action right now, not in future. So people might not have the money to own an individual account, but they go two of them to own an account, and now they all have one identifier, which is an email and a password that the two all operate. But I want to just contribute that people who do that should equally put in mind that there are risks incorporated. Some of these risks incorporated is that one day one of the partners can become a scammer and decide to go in and change the password, affecting the other one. So what do I want to say by that? Is that people who want to do that should actually consider it as our business. And so they take the measures that go with that. Maybe going to a notary saying that this account belongs to the two of us, we all operate it. Because money, when it starts coming, it changes people's mind and people's mentality, and people can become funny. I'm just thinking, so it's good people have that in mind. I didn't actually have a question, but it's just a modest contribution.
Does anyone want to respond?
Thank you. That was a great contribution. Okay. So for those people who are thinking to have a joint account, yeah, take the necessary steps as people can become something else. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We're going to see if the other two on the, let's see, Iman Dussel from Papua New Guinea. Iman. Okay, hello.
Yes, good morning. It's good morning here in Papua New Guinea.
Good morning.
It's 6:20 a.m. Okay, I just had a question. I had read respond to Ellen's question about that joint account. If two people want to agree on taking care of two accounts, when it comes to the subscription part, are they going to be, I mean, the both of them are going to be using that one time if if the system come up with something like facial verification, are they both going to verify themselves during the process, or how? That's my question. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. As far as, listen, joint accounts, okay, or connected accounts is an agreement between two people, okay? You will have to verbally agree it. And as Charles just said, the best way forward is to get something written up so that you are both in agreement with how you operate that account. As far as access to it is, at the moment, you will both have to know what the password is to the account, and also been able to access the email that is held on that account. As far as the wallet is concerned, again, this is in agreement with the two parties who are there, where that money is going, who's going to have access to that, etc., etc. This is all apart from Onpassive. This is nothing to do with Onpassive. This is a agreement between two people. As far as Onpassive is concerned, everything is the same. It is one account with one login, with one email, and then one access to the O wallet. However you manage that account is entirely up to yourselves, and you will have to work it out between the two of you.
Okay, Iman?
Let me say something.
Yes, thank you.
When people join these joint accounts, everybody's lovey-dovey right now. But I just want to give a news flash. When money hits the site, people change. And if you want Onpassive to be a referee for a fight over an account, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So be very smart about doing this joint venture. Joint sounds great right now, but some people with a little bit of green turn red. Okay, so not red here. Yeah. I knew I went too far. No, but my point is, be smart, because look, you want to help somebody, want to do something, but this team up thing, be careful. I know people change with money. They change. Now you're going to have a tug of war, and you want to come back to the company and say, hey, this guy won't let me have access, and we're a team. That's your problem. You got to be careful. I just would be very careful about doing this partnership thing. Really, I'm not kidding. You want to pay somebody afterwards, own the account, and you want to give them some money, give it to them. I agree with helping people, but man, you're going to, my opinion, I just think it's going to be a nightmare if people keep doing these little team things, because team sounds great right now, but trust me, that's going to change. It will. You just got to be careful.
And like you just said rightly, Marty, Onpassive is not going to be the referee. People, when you do a joint thing, keep it private. Onpassive doesn't need to know about it.
That's right.
May I cut in really quick?
Sure.
Charles, when you said we are in soft launch already, we have a couple of people asking, are we in soft launch? Could you please, I know, could you please clarify that?
Okay, guys. I'm just going to say we will be in soft launch pretty soon. Can be patient. All founders, I said earlier, will be ready in about a week. And after that, anytime from then, we could be in soft launch. So just keep our eyes and ears open. If, as a matter of fact, and this is selfish, I don't want us to go to soft launch just yet, because I still have some people to bring in. Okay? So But I do know that it's not up to me, and we're going to get there soon. Okay? So just be patient, and we are almost there. When I say we're in soft launch already, this is the launching process. Okay? We're going to soon transition from pre-launch into soft launch very, very soon.
Exactly. The rocket is in place. Okay? The rocket is in place. They're getting things ready to launch it. That's what we would call soft launch. Don't get all wrapped up in that because we're making a bigger, like Michael said, we're making a bigger deal out of soft launch than we need to. The sooner we can get through soft launch, then we're going to get into the business we all joined. I didn't join to be in soft launch, right? We don't need to do that. So don't get all wrapped up in soft launch. It's just a testing period. That's all. And Charles is right. We're in the process of launching right now.
As a matter of fact, when we came in, there was no such thing as a bonus during soft launch. That's just something Ash, out of his good heart, okay, decided to include. And people are just hung up on it. Please don't get gung-ho on soft launch. The real deal, like Michael just said, is hard launch. So that we can make hard money, not soft money.
Very good.
So in other words, do not walk away from this meeting and tell everyone on your team, hey, Charles Osang said we are in soft launch. Okay? We're not. Okay?
Yeah, just say Susie said it. No, I'm teasing. Okay, we have
Sorry, Susie, real quick. I just want to give a shout out to John Berea. Like, he's literally in the waiting room getting ready for a CAT scan, and he's on this Zoom right now. Like, come on.
Way to go.
So big shout out to John.
Okay, John, we're with you. Okay, so this person can't put on their camera. Rajesh Kumar Sakleka. Rajesh Kumar, if you could unmute yourself, you were in the chat messaging panelists that you were ready to ask your question, but that your video was not working. So Rajesh Kumar, hello, do you have a question?
No, I am not. Yes. Hello, ma'am. I want to ask that when our company will get started, that time all the products will work, or what exactly, and what exactly we have to do?
I didn't quite get that. Did anyone understand the question?
If it's I am repeating, then leave it. No problem, ma'am.
No, wait, Mr. Rajesh.
Okay, I think I got his question, my friend.
Mukund, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, Charles, go ahead.
Yeah, I think I got his question. So he wants to know if we're going to have all the products ready by hard launch. Okay. Is that correct, Rajesh Kumar?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So we're going to have as many of those products ready as possible. But I want you guys to remember, even when we go into hard launch, work will continue to be done behind the scenes, right? We're going to have upgrades. We're going to have products getting better in sprints. Sprints just mean little short periods. So we're going to have enough products to make money.
It will, after hard launch, it will take a little bit time, you want to say?
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying, we're still in the process, or we are still on track to go to hard launch very, very soon. Okay. All I'm saying is all the products, Onpassive is not going to be stagnant. We're going to have a lot of products ready. We're going to go to hard launch, and then we're going to keep adding products. It's going to be dynamic. It's never going to be static. Okay.
Okay. Right. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you. Next we have Sheila. Sheila, you're on. Sheila Ames. If you could unmute yourself, Sheila, we can see you. You just go down to the mic. There you go.
Hello there.
Hi there.
I just wanted to make a comment on the, everybody was talking about worrying about the emails. Did they not say that when we fully launch that they will have emails through Onpassive?
Someone like to talk
people
about?
will be able to change over to?
Well, okay, go ahead, Red, please.
Yeah. your email that is attached, excuse me, your email that is attached to your account right now is your unique identifier. When OMail comes on, this is one of our products, one of our services to use. This is not going to replace your email that you have with Onpassive at the moment. And in my understanding and knowledge, you will not be able to change that on your account because that is your unique identifier. I think in the future, you will be able to use that email attached to your domain names, etc., like that. But as far as access to your account is concerned, it will stay the same.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Sheila. Next, we have Victor. Oh, wait, hang on, Victor. We're going to look and see if Falastina Tembo, if you could unmute yourself. Falastina.
Yeah,
Tembo?
she can unmute herself, but we don't want to see her video because I think she's lying down. I kept turning her video off.
Yeah.
Go ahead and ask your question, Falastina. You don't need to turn your video on.
Okay. We weren't sure if she wanted to come on or not. In the meantime, while she's figuring that out, we'll go to Victor Abba. Hi, Victor.
Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, good morning, good night to everybody. This is a quick question from one of the members of the team, and it's about emails again. Her email has been hacked or something, but whatever it is, she cannot receive or send emails on one of her accounts. So it's a question of what should she do? Should she go straight through to support, or is there another way of resolving this issue? Thank you.
Someone like
Did you hear the question?
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, Victor.
Yeah.
Tell her to contact me. My email is Onpassive. Well, it's in the back office next to my name, and
Yeah.
I'll help her out.
Okay, we'll do that. Thanks, Marty. Thank you, folks.
Thank you very much. Okay, next we have on my list, let's see the Shedrock Akpan. If you could turn on your camera, Shedrock, or unmute yourself. If not, we will go to Samsoni Nickwell. I hope I'm saying that right. Samsoni, if you could unmute yourself.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for having me. I have a series of questions I will start with. The first one, if let's say a member have 10 accounts and there's no other follower below him, and there's another person that have just one account and have 100 followers, which of this person will have a better residue?
Okay. And I know Michael would like to handle this, but I like to say that what we are doing here, Samsoni, is comparing apples to oranges, right? You can only compare apples to apples, right? So basically, it's almost impossible to answer that question because so many variables. What if the person with one account has been in since, let's say, from day one, okay? And some other person with one account with 100 founders came in just yesterday. The number is different. You talk about somebody having 10 different accounts that belongs to them, right?
Yeah.
So that means they can withdraw money 10 times over.
Yeah.
So if each account is making, say, $1,000 a month, that's $10,000 a month. Now you have to talk about one account with 100 people with so many different variables. So it is hard, really, really hard to compare the two. The bottom line is each account, whether with founders or no founders, okay, over time will make enough money. Each account, because AI is gonna build every account. Okay, so what we tell people is if you can share, it's gonna be beneficial to you. If you can share and then get more accounts, it's even more beneficial to you. If you can't share, well, you may just consider getting more accounts. That's also great. But at the end of the day, if you can do both, that's even better.
Okay. Then my next question is, it is normal that everyone pay tax where he or she is resident. And I know that with Onpassive, you can transfer your residue to an account in a different country. Let's say you are living in Zone A and you decide to transfer your residue to an account in Zone B. Which of these countries will you pay tax?
Okay, the country that you pull the money out from, right? So if I live in the United States and I transfer my money to the UK, right, to a bank in the UK, and I pull it out from there, well, guess what? I'm gonna pay taxes there. That's normal, okay? So wherever the money is coming out of, normally, or whatever bank or whatever, you're getting money, that's usually where you'll pay taxes. But that's something you can ask your accountant, right?
Yeah, let me chime in, Charles, please. Okay, this is a business, okay? Not an investment, okay? Not an investment, it's a business. So what that means is the business that generates the income, that is the business that's responsible for the taxation, okay? It's a business. So this business, doesn't matter where that business is, that business generates the income, that business pays the taxes, okay? Don't worry about transferring money from here to there and everywhere and all this fancy stuff. You're going into waters that you don't want to go into, okay? This business, so if you have an account and that account, wherever that account resides, that account is going to pay taxes based upon where the account resides, okay? Not because you have a wallet over in Timbuktu or wherever. You understand me? No. Business that's in this country, okay, is going to pay tax in that country. You understand? So you're not going to make the money in one country and send the money to a different country and then pay taxes over in that country over there where the money ended up. It's based upon where you generated the income. If you want to do something like that, that requires proper tax planning, okay, to make sure the entire process is legal, okay? So you're going into something that you don't want to get into. When we get there and the money starts to flow, okay, that's when you have your tax specialist in the country that you reside in, and you have them to guide you accordingly, okay?
Okay.
And
So,
just to that effect, because right now, we are able to change where we are. So I can go to my back office and say, oh, profile, and change it to, let's say, Nigeria or Ghana. It doesn't matter, right? But I'm pretty sure when we go into hard launch, okay, that will no longer be the case. So if you want to make sure you're paying tax in a certain area, you may want to do that before we go into hard launch. Okay.
But let me just add this too, though, Charles. Folks, pay your taxes. Don't try to get around it, swipe it, none of that. Pay your taxes. You're going to make more than enough money not to worry about, oh my gosh, I have to pay so much in taxes. People who talk like that, okay? Oh, I have to pay. It's because you're not making enough money. You understand? When you're making enough money, it's a non-issue to pay the taxes. If you make $1 million, and let's say you have to pay 40% of that to the government, okay? So that means 600,000 is yours, 400,000 is for the government, right? Isn't that different than someone who makes $100,000, where 60,000 is theirs and 40,000 is the government? So you made 60,000 versus 600,000. You understand? So the issue isn't about the taxes that you're actually having to pay. It's about the amount of money that you're making, okay? So you want to be able to make as much money as possible in Onpassive so that whatever taxes you pay, even if it's 50%, who cares if you're making enough? Now, I'm not saying that you should pay more than you need to pay. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just making the point that it's about the amount of income that you're generating. So the taxation part of it is a non-issue, okay? But trust me, when you start to make that type of money, you will have the proper advisors to make sure that you're paying your fair share and only your fair share, okay?
If I hear
loads and loads of tax.
Right. If I hear Samsuri that you paid $2 million in taxes, I'll be envying you, because that just means you've made a lot more money, right? So when you hear somebody pays a lot in taxes, it means they have made a lot of money, right? So the more taxes you pay, the better for you.
I'm just concerned not to pay tax in 2 different countries, because I'm resident in one, and I might like to transfer some of my residue to another country, and I'm just concerned not to pay tax in 2 different countries and pay from the same account.
Your accountant can help you with that as well. Answer those questions. That's
So you have enough money to pay for the best accountant in the world, right? And they'll help you with all those things.
I just want to say something real quick. Julie's going to cover for me for a little bit, and then I'll be back. Okay, so Julie will be moderating, and I'll see you guys in a few.
Okay, I want to, my last question. I understand that Onpassive is going to build our website for us. I intend to, I'm now designing a website that is like eBay or Alibaba. And I've got in contact with some guys in India. But if I'm right, is Onpassive going to build our website? Am I going to leave this project for Onpassive to do it for me? Or they have to build the website and I just download it to my account? What's the best advice?
Okay, my friend. So Onpassive is going to build our website for our Onpassive business. All right. So the business that we have is the Onpassive business. They're going to build our website for us. They're going to market, send traffic to our website, and they're going to follow up with support. If you have another business, like it seems to me that you do, Onpassive is going to build.
I'm trying to build something of like similar to eBay.
Okay, that's fine. So that's your personal business. Onpassive is going to provide you with the tools that you could use if you want to. All right. But Onpassive is not going to build that website for you and do any business for you on that website. But if you want to bring that business into your Onpassive business or direct traffic, some of your traffic to that business, you're welcome to do that, as long as it is legal.
So is it possible, like, to build a website, then I have to download it to Onpassive, or what? I'm not really, I don't have enough knowledge about this.
Okay, so there's going to be like snippets showing you how to do that with those tools. When those tools come in, we say they are plug and play. That means they're very simple to use. Okay. Now, if you can't use it, even as easy as it is with the directions, just like you're paying somebody to do it and they're fairly cheap, you can do that too. But you're going to have instructions and they're going to be plug and play, easy to use. But Onpassive is not going to do it on your behalf. No.
Okay, so meaning that I can build a website and use Onpassive to direct traffic to that website.
Yes, you can do that.
Let me add something too. Everybody, I hear this a lot about people worried about building a website for the company. The company's going to do all that. You don't have to do any of it. We're all going to be on this massive rotators. There'll be, let's say there's 50 products. There could be 50 million websites and advertising going on every day, all day, 24/7. Your website or whatever they decide to use, it'll be the one that works the best. Now, if you want to go in and create a website or create a funnel, they have that for you to do that for whatever business you're doing. You can even build one on your own and share it with a few people here and there. I'm going to do that. But when they go to market for us, it's all in their hands. That's what we're paying them for. They will find out the best website, the best content, everything for us on the run. That's called artificial intelligence. The longer it runs, the smarter it gets. And it will tell them what's working and what's not working in milliseconds. So all that's done for you. You want to build a site for something else, or you have another business you're doing, that's okay. That's what it's there for. A lot of people will be buying these tools or portfolios for their business to make their own websites. No doubt, you can do what you want, but don't get in your mind that, oh my gosh, my website's not as nice, it spreads. Doesn't matter. Your website's not going into the rotator for the company. The company's going to get you the best website you can have for all of us. So.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you, that's all.
Thank you. Up next, I'm going to call on someone, but today we're missing Marina, and everyone probably have heard Marina's mom had passed away yesterday. So our heart and mind and condolences to her family. Yeah, so that's, we'll think about Marina today. We have one question in the chat. Is time stamped still important? Is it better for me to buy positions in 2019? Or do I still keep buying position under myself? Marty?
Timestamp is as important as it was 20 minutes ago when Charles said it, as it is right now. Yeah, it's very important. It doesn't change. The decision of when you buy and what you buy is up to you. There's no guarantees anywhere, none. Is there a better chance of overflow on an older position? Yes, of course. But is there a guarantee? Nope. Not at all. So don't do it because of that. There's a potential is greater, but there's no guarantees wherever you wind up. You could get in a leg that's not very strong, and it could be 2018. It's just the way it falls. But either way, you're going to win. So what's it matter? If you want an older position and you know it's probably got a good potential of overflow, grab it. But don't go because of overflow, because you don't know that. Don't wait for launch day and go, where's my 15,000 people? Nobody knows that, right? Unless you know you have it now. And I'm only saying that because I know how people are thinking. Some guy bought a position from me and wrote me 10 minutes later and said, where's my downline at? I said, well, first thing is if I knew I was giving you 20, 30,000 people downline, I wouldn't have sold it to you. I'd have bought it myself. I mean, I love you, but not that much, right? I mean, the potential's there, but you just got to, don't plan on it. I never planned on overflow the day I started. I never said, I'm going to get in now and I hope I get a bunch of overflow. No, get in. The business hasn't started until the train leaves and Onpassive has the chance to market for you. Don't worry about what happened. Worry about what's going to happen. And trust me, it's going to happen. Now, you can buy anywhere you want, wherever you want. I do recommend one thing. If you buy a position from somebody, even me, build under your original position, okay? Because that old position doesn't help you by building people under it because you're the only one that got the timestamp, not them. So people get a misconception of that too. Get in, you're all going to win. You're all going to win. Am I going to win the same as Sam Freak? Who cares? You're going to win. Stop comparing yourself to somebody else. If you share it, you'll win sooner. Not better, sooner. You build the foundation, they bring the house over, they put it on the concrete, you're ahead. You don't have the concrete, you just got dirt, you got to dig, put the concrete. Either way, we're all going to win. It's unbelievable. I know people focus on, well, I don't have a team. You don't know if you have a team. You have no freaking idea. You could launch and have a team. You could launch and have no one. But guess what? The horse is out of the gate. You'll have a team pretty soon if you don't have one. But that's the beauty of the company. You got in because you don't like marketing. You don't know how to market. That's what this company was designed for. And I got to stop drinking coffee. But that's all I wanted to say.
Here's the thing, Marty, right? Now, who would not want 1 million customers? Like, who would? Which founder here would not want 1 million customers, right? The truth is, not one founder here have 1 million customers. Like, none of us do, right? We have, what, 765, I think the last number I saw, right? 765,000. So that means no one in Onpassive, okay, have 1 million customers right now. But guess what? when Onpassive launches, hard launch, it's possible that someone who just joined today, not 3 years ago, it is possible that someone who joins today can have 1 million customers. You understand? That's what Marty is saying, right? That's what he's saying. But if I can get multiple accounts, of course I'm going to do it. There are founders who have hundreds, okay? Because they can afford to do so. They can afford to pay the $250 for each one of them, etc. Okay? But the reality is that what the company is going to do for each and every one of us, yes, including the ones that who are 100% passive, okay? It's what the company is going to do for each and every one of us after launch. That's what's important, folks. You understand? Yes, you should set up yourself now. Yes, you should put yourself in the best position. Yes, you should try to maximize all of that stuff. Yes. But what's really important is what Onpassive is going to do for each and every one of us. If you have a 90-year-old grandmother who is in Onpassive, it's what the company's going to do for that person. You understand? If you got an 18-year-old, it's what the company's going to do for that person. If you have someone in Onpassive right now that has 100,000 on their team, it's still about what Onpassive is going to do for that individual. Okay? That's the focal point, folks. Okay? Hard launch, what the company's going to do for all of us. All right?
Thank you, Marty. Thank you, Michael, for the answer. I have so many people ask that question, so I have to bring it up. All right, Mr. Kandaka Sheikh Azar, please unmute your mic. You have your hand raised for a while.
Hello.
Hello.
Please, can you hear me very well, please? Hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
All right. Thanks a lot. Good evening from Nigeria. Please, this question I want to direct it to Mr. Charles. I've been here for a while, waiting that my battery is running low. On my pending founder column, I found out that there are some images, not small images, specified for older accounts. There is a form again, if you click on that image, that signifies new and old accounts. Suppose the older account person needs to come back and pay. Can it go?
I had a hard time hearing him. Did anybody hear him?
I have a hard time too myself.
Oh, please. I don't know. What do I do now?
You are sounding better now. Whatever you just did, you are sounding better.
All right. I think my question goes direct to Charles because it's more audible to me than every other person. Please don't be offended, please, my other panelists. And from my pending founder accounts, the column I saw about some small image for the older accounts. Then, if you click on the images, it signifies the form will come out for a new and an older account. Supposing the older person wants to come back and pay, will the person have an access?
Okay, so what that means is that you are able to transfer those accounts to somebody new. That's what it means, okay? So it also means that the account has been long enough that Onpassive has a legal right to transfer it. So if the person that had the account prior to you transferring, if they come after you have transferred it, too little, too late for them. That's what it means. Okay?
That's the only question I wanted to ask.
Thank you.
All right.
You should write. Kandaka Ashik Azad, are you there with us? Kandaka, could you please unmute your mic? All right. I'm gonna go on to Alabusi Kadajo. If you could please unmute your mic and ask your question.
Hi everyone. Good evening. Well, it's evening here in UK. I'm calling from Manchester. I'm in Manchester. My question, the question that I wanted to ask, I think it has been asked by one of the attendees here tonight, and it's in question. It relates to the account holding, and more so, like I have few accounts that I'm thinking to change them into my company's account. I don't know if that's possible to change from my name to my company's name. I just want an advice in relation to that. Thanks, Red.
Yeah, yes, you can. Within the profile section, so log in, click your picture of your name or the letters of your name. Okay, hit profile, and within there you can change the name to anything you want. Change the name, change the country, change your phone number to anything you want. So you can put your company name in there as well. The only thing you can't change is the email and the joining date.
All right. Okay. I think that's doable. I just want to see if it's possible because
yes, it is.
I've been contemplating about it for a while now. But tonight I just said let me throw in the question and see if it is doable. So
yeah, if you do that, remember that you have to re-sign your NDA. So within that same section, go to support. Okay, right. On the drop down, click NDA, and then just send a message to support. Can you pop the NDA back up? When it pops back up, it will have the new name on the NDA. Just go all the way down to the bottom, tick the two boxes, bottom left-hand side, and then re-sign it again, okay?
Okay, all right, okay, I'll do just that. Thank you so much, Red. Thank you so much.
No, you're welcome.
Cheers.
Thank you.
You're
Sarah,
welcome.
I see you have your mic, your hand up.
Yes, good afternoon again. I have a question concerning Congo Kinshasa. We wanted to add to register some people over there, but for some reason the phone numbers doesn't work with your system. So I don't know if I know that you said that we are in 222 countries. Is it possible to see those countries we are? So maybe Congo Kinshasa is not part of them. Do you have any idea?
Okay, so that issue was raised with Ash, and they're going to be working on it very soon. I believe Madi followed up on it even. Dr. Mbianda is also doing that. So yes, we have Congo, Brazzaville. We have two Congos, bottom line.
Yeah, exactly.
And
yeah,
one
but
of them
there's
is
only
not
one
there.
Congo. It's
That's
a
correct.
Congo, but it doesn't specify if it's Brazzaville or Kinshasa. But apparently it's Brazzaville because Kinshasa doesn't work.
Okay, so we're working on that. I think by the time we have all,
Georgie is
by the time we have all founders up, that should be taken care of. Okay.
Okay, so they're gonna specify which Congo because I think it will be better. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. One more question also concerning the website. The guy asked earlier that the website they're going to build is going to be our website for Onpassive. But if you have businesses, we can use, of course, those tools, to make our own website, and then we can benefit because of the traffic, right? Okay, good. And then one more. I have a domain name with a GoDaddy, So how am I gonna do about my domain name for GoDaddy? I already pay. That's why I love Onpassive, because what I pay for only 2 domain names in GoDaddy, I was like, oh my God. So can I transfer my domain name to Onpassive?
Yes.
Okay. You saw the heads nodding, right? That means yes.
Excuse me?
Yes.
So you saw the heads nodding all over the place.
Okay.
That means yes.
Okay. All right. Good.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you, Sarah. Up next, I have Brahim. Brahim, are you there? Going once. Going twice. Okay, I'm calling on Raphael and then Kurt. I'm sorry, Dirk. Raphael, if you could please ask your question.
Thanks so much. Raphael from Malawi, once again, good evening. Jury, I'm still waiting for your promise. You promised me something that is I've just said just in passing. Remember, we talked on the email. And the other thing, my first question is that will there be a way to authenticate the legality and genuinity of any company that one would want to promote on an Onpassive ecosystem?
Before answering that questions, Raphael, could you please send a reminder to my email one more time? I have a lot of people sending, so if you are waiting, I will keep looking, but if you could do me a favor, please send another reminder for me, please. That would be great. Thank you.
Okay.
Who'd like to answer that question?
Go on, and I'll take that one.
Yes, please.
As far as hosting another business on the Onpassive ecosystem and the legalities of it, we don't know what the criteria is at this moment, but closer to soft launch, we will find out what that criteria is. And as long as the basic rule is, if you are legal within your company, that means you're registered and you are legal, and it is a business that is above board. Obviously you can read between the lines what above board businesses are. Okay, then you will be able to host it on the Onpassive ecosystem. But please bear in mind, okay, that it has to be a legal business. Okay, so if you've just thrown one together and it's not registered, it's not legal within your own company, then the chances are it won't be allowed to be hosted on the Onpassive ecosystem.
Okay, thanks. My next question is that what will happen to the positions of the pending founders if we go on hard launch and they're still on pending? What will happen?
Okay, I can answer that one very easily. Regardless of the time stamp on the pending founder position, when we go to hard launched, every single pending founder position will be flushed.
Thanks. My next question is, I attended, because I'm fond of attending almost each and every webinar. So I happened to attend a Nigerian webinar, and I came across this where they were saying that was my first time to hear it. They were saying, I just want clarity and clarification on that. The issue of founder membership renewal.
Okay,
What about
that
it?
if nobody else wants it.
Yeah, go ahead. To me, it's the
Okay.
big question. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so this is how your founder's position works. Okay, we've all paid $97 right now to become a founder. This gets activated the day we hard launch. Okay, this is apart from activating your account. As far as the founders part is concerned, that is activated the day we launch. So from that day, we have all got access as a founder for 1 whole year. Okay, regardless of whether you activate that account on day 1 or day 2 or wherever it may be, you will have that position as a founder for 1 whole year. Now, when we get to the end of that 1 year, okay, if you want to continue to be a founder, you will have to pay another founder's fee. At the moment, we've been told this is $997 US. I'm sure there will be a tick box within the wallet section or within your back office that we will tick to say that we want this money to come out of our funding wallet. So it will come out of commissions that we will earn through the Onpassive ecosystem. Now, here is the thing. There will be criteria that us as founders will have to meet to be offered the renewal of our founder's position. Now, we could decide we don't want to be a founder and we just want to be a reseller, okay? And that is your choice at the time. But if you want to be a founder, there will be criteria. One of those is you will have to have an active account. And this means you will have to have paid 12 subscriptions throughout that 1 year time. Okay, there will also be other criteria as well, making sure you're active within your position, etc., etc. We haven't seen all of those as yet, but there will be certain criteria.
Okay. My next question is that out of all the payment gateways that Onpassive has in place or will have in place, I don't know whether there will be a provision that Onpassive will come up with, maybe with plastic money like MasterCard, debit card, credit card, so that one can just withdraw money into his card and access the money anywhere across the world.
That is highly probable, my friend. Highly probable.
Great. The other thing I want to say is that it's not a question, but I just an observation. Please get me right. Some of us, as I said in the first webinar, I hope Michael and Charles read. I don't know whether he was around, I don't know, but Charles and Michael, you were around. I said, you know, some of us, we are from countries where internet access is a bit a problem and a challenge. And I've been on this one. When it comes to webinars, I specifically buy internet data specifically for the webinar. So sometimes, like in this Zoom meeting, it has been seen that some people are coming twice on the panel before some have even showed up once. So please, can you come up with a better consideration that people shouldn't be coming on the panel twice before others have even appeared once? That is just my request, because that it's a lot of data for some of us, keeping us on the queue for almost 1.5 hours waiting. I hope that has been received well.
Thanks for your proposal, Raphael. That's a good one. So
thanks.
So this, I guess, this is for Julie and Susie. Hey, when you bring them up, if they have been here, look for those that have not been here first. I guess that's it. All right. Thank you. That's a good one.
Thank you,
Raphael.
Thanks so much.
And by the way, guys, I'm going to have to leave. I'm sorry, but we have a bunch of great leadership council members here to take your question. Some family obligation has come up. All right. And I will see you guys next week. Same time, same place.
Thank you, Charles. Thanks for being
I'll see you tomorrow, Charles.
Yes, of course. We'll see tomorrow for the guest webinar. Okay.
Yeah. Absolutely. Thank you, Charles. Thank you, Raphael, for your input. I appreciate that. I just wanted to let you know that there are 20 hands now in the attendees, and I have asked those 20 hands to be joined the panelists, and they either not respond, ignored, or I'm not sure what happened behind the scene, but I have invited all 20, and there are some of them I actually invited several times. So running the panel is something that it's difficult. We're all learning about Zoom. So we do our very best behind
Julie, you're doing a great job. Susie does a great job. Don't worry about it. Just keep doing what you're doing. Okay, you guys are doing a fantastic job. All right, so keep it up.
Thank you, Michael. All right, let's see. Mr. Dirk Herfer, please unmute your mic.
That's me. Hello, guys.
Hello.
Thanks for bringing me up. And Yeah, as you already called me Kirk, I'm sending lovely greetings from Starship Enterprise. Upfront. So to my question, I'm referring to Red. Maybe 1 hour ago, he replied to somebody when it was about paying commissions. And I need a little bit of clarification, because as I understood, the payment of commissions is I think the correct word is infinity. Not.
Yeah,
he mentioned the payment is 50 level deep. He said.
Yeah, that's what you'll see.
You might remember. Okay.
Yeah, you'll see 15 levels on your front end. Now, as far as soft launch is concerned, my understanding on soft launch only, not on hard launch. My understanding, and Michael might be able to confirm this as well, on soft launch, it's only 15 levels, I believe, not infinity on soft launch. Is that correct, Michael?
Okay.
That is 100% correct, Red. Soft launch, we have 15 level
50
payout
levels.
system.
Okay.
Hard launch, it's unlimited.
Infinity. Yeah, that's
Okay,
that was my
great.
understanding as well.
Got it. Clarification done. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you very much. Do you have any other question?
Thanks. I'm fine.
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Brahim, are you still there? You are up next. Going once, going twice. All right, I'm moving on to the next one. Let's see. Bridget Connor, Bridget Connor, are you there? All right, I don't see her coming. All right, let's call on the ones that have their hands up.
Hello?
Steve, you could, oh yes, Bridget Connor, if you could ask the question.
Hi, how are you? I'm just a founder. I paid the $97 in. But when it goes to soft launch, you have to pay $250, is it?
Who would like to answer that? Red, please.
Okay, Bridget, soft launch is completely separate from hard launch. We do not pay anything for soft launch. Okay, you've paid your $97. You've paid your $97 to be a founder. Soft launch is where we are going to be beta testing and testing the system. You do not have to pay any extra money at soft launch.
Right.
When we get to the hard launch, that is when you pay around about $250, there or thereabouts. Okay, but during soft launch, no.
And say if I'm trying to recruit people, do you have to recruit people to make money on it?
On soft launch or main launch?
Probably soft launch and main launch, probably.
Okay, with soft launch, you will get paid on anybody that comes into your team, whether it is from the company, your own endeavors, okay, during the soft launch period. You will not be paid on existing team, only with people that come in during the soft launch period.
Yes, yes. And how much you get paid? You won't say that. You can't say that.
It's not that I won't say it or I can't say it, it's because I don't know it. But we have been told on the old payments, okay, but this is only what we've been told before, that we're estimating it to be $20 US for anybody that comes into you direct, and then $2 for anybody that comes into your level 2 all the way down to level 15.
Oh yes, yes, that's soft launch. But then, like, say example, if you can't recruit people, then how does it work? Like, say, because I have lots of people now, I find it hard to get people to recruit, like, at the moment.
Well, as Michael's always said, 0 plus 0 is going to be 0. But during the soft launch period, okay, we might get 1, we might get 2, some might get none, some might get 5. Until we see how the marketing campaigns work, then we do not know how many people will be coming in. But if you have nobody, I would not be holding out for a big bonus.
Thanks. And do you get people for us? No, that doesn't how it works.
Yes, that's exactly what the company are going to be doing. We are paying the company to do the marketing campaigns, the recruiting, the converting, and bringing customers into your team. That's exactly why you are here and exactly what we are going to be doing. The company will be doing everything for us, 100% automated, hands-free.
All right. And say, example, when it goes to hard launch, then like you paid the money, and that's when do you still have to recruit people? Like, are you safe with nobody on your team?
You don't have you. This is the whole point. You do not have to recruit. The company is going to do it all for us. We are paying the company to do everything we hate.
Yes.
So we don't like recruiting. We don't like going out to find sales, etc., etc. This is what we are doing. We are physically paying the company.
Yeah, I have 3 people interested, but I just have to get them get the link, sort out the link. But then after that, then I don't think I won't have anybody else, I'd say. For example, say, would you make money? Would it take about a year to make money on it? You won't make it straight away, like.
Each rotator, okay, this is the marketing campaign, okay, each cycle, the company are estimating each cycle, whether that's estimated to be 3 months, will bring in 3 people, okay, per cycle. So if you've got 0, okay, within 3 months, the likelihood is you will have 3 people, 3 customers within your team. That then gets repeated for the next cycle, which is another 3 months. So the next cycle, you've got yourself plus 3. Okay, so do the math. Yourself plus 3, plus each of those people is going to get 3. So that's 3, 6, 9, plus another 3 for yourself. Okay, so you're now on 12 people in your team after 2 cycles. Okay, rinse and repeat continually.
Yeah, but you're not going to say how much you make in that, like, it's making a lot.
No, because we don't know. We haven't been told that figure. We do not know yet. But I know one thing: it's going to be more than any of us have ever made in any business before.
I hope so. But like, say example, like the company will try to get how do they get the people for you? Because there's so many founders. How do
the amount of founders is immaterial to the amount of customers that we will have. Okay, the products and services are all digital. Okay, they are in-demand products and services right now on the internet. All of our digital products and services that we have, around about 4.5 billion people are using a similar product and service already online. We estimate that within our first year, we will have 100 million customers in Onpassive. Even if we are 1 million founders, by the time we go to hard launch, we are only going to be 1% of the company in total. That means there is 999 million other customers that are going to be under who? Us founders here. And we will be earning a residual commission from those 99 million people that are underneath us within our customer base.
That'll be a lot. Sounds a lot, and I hope so.
Stick with it, Bridget. You'll be fine.
I don't worry. Well, I do believe in it. Like, so hopefully in the next year or 2 it will come to. You just have to wait really for it. Really.
Thanks for your questions, Bridget.
You're welcome. Thank you. How do I turn off this now?
Thank you, Bridget. Welcome, Susie's back. And I have written names on the panel on the chat right now. We have Steve, Emin, Edith, Mohammed, Nauza, Nassam, and Raju. So let's start with Steve.
Oh, hi guys. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right. Well, first of all, I just want to thank you, Red, for helping me out this morning. And I just wanted to validate you and Michael a few minutes ago about this whole thing about redistribution of the world's wealth. You know, I think everybody wants that, and I think it's all up to us to take some of these earnings and hire the right people so we can manage and keep all these wealth building tools in our possession, so it's not going through our hands like water, you know. I think that's important. But my question is I was watching Marita's presentation last night on how the wallet works, and there's a little aspect of it regarding O-coins. Can someone tell me a little bit about how that gets converted, or what part does that play in the wallet? Because I wasn't quite sure on that.
Go ahead, Red.
Yeah, I'll take that if you want to. Right, this is only my understanding, and I think I'm right with what I'm saying here is, for ease and simplicity of how the wallet is going to be working, rather than having it in dollars, pounds, euros, whatever it might be, okay, it's going to be we'll call it O-coin. I'm not quite sure if that's going to be the name of it, but we'll call it O-coin. Okay, this will be all equivalent to the currency in your own country. Okay, but for ease of transference, because of how the wallets are going to be set up, it's easier to transfer coins rather than amounts of money. So one coin will be able to be transferred, we'll say, from the United States to the UK. It's still going to be one coin, but within your own country, the value of that one coin will be different because it's in pounds. The value of that coin in the States will be in US dollars, etc., around the globe. That is the reason that it will be used in that terminology, because it's just easier for access of how to transfer from wallet to wallet around the globe.
Oh,
anybody else can chime in as well with that, but that was my understanding.
Okay, yeah, that makes
I would just say, sorry, Steve. I would just say to people that, you know, don't even put the word coin in your mind, because again, some people understand that language, but the majority don't understand it. But they do understand US dollar. So just think of the money coming into your account in US dollars, and when you transfer it, wherever it goes, it's going to be in that local currency. Okay, just keep it simple like that, and you're going to be fine. Don't get bogged down with terminology, because it may, like Red said, it may be called O-coin, it may be some other name. That's irrelevant. You're going to get dollars, and the dollars are going to be converted to your local currency. Okay.
Okay, I'm tracking. Thanks, guys.
Okay, thank you. Julie gave me a list. That was Steve. So next is, and we're going to get to everyone, Aman Dusal from Papua New Guinea. If you could unmute yourself and ask your question, please.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. My question is, I still based on, like earlier on, I asked about that joint account and it was dark, but now you can see my face. My question is, if I want to take care of someone's account, would it be like during soft loans only, or when we go into hard loans, am I still going to take care of that account until such time when, whenever it is possible to transfer back to its owner? Would it be possible during the soft loans only, or when we go into hard loans, I can still hold on to that account and until such time where it is safe for me to transfer that account back to its owner?
Okay.
That's my question.
Brad?
Anytime you like.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, easy peasy, right?
Okay.
Is that it?
Thank you.
Okay, thanks for
Yep.
joining us. Okay, next is Edith. Edith, if you could unmute yourself, and then after that, we'll go to Mohammed. Hi, Edith.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Thank you for the work you do. Now, I'm going to ask this question when Charles has already left. He keeps on saying we are on soft launch. Now, if soft launch is a process, where did it start? I want to be able to gauge if I have any new founder between that period and the hard launch. When did we start?
I'll take that one, Susie. Okay, so that was addressed, Edith, and you know, it was clarified that we're not in soft launch as people think we're in soft launch. Okay, we're not in soft launch as in, okay, a new founder comes in, I'm gonna get a bonus, blah, blah, blah. No, we're not in soft launch, okay? And so we said we don't want anyone to leave from the webinar today thinking that we are in soft launch, okay? We're not in soft launch, okay?
Will you announce then when we are in soft launch?
Yes, it will be announced. Everyone will know. There'll be no confusion, none whatsoever. Everyone will know 100% for sure.
Now, my second question is, these facts that you are giving us, are we going to have a little manual for people like myself who are senior in age, who forget easy, to be able to page a manual and say the initial subscription is this, and the yearly subscription is that, and this circle that you guys have been talking about, and this transfer of money is a booklet that I'm going to be able to go back to and check all these things, especially that I have a team and a team of children. They don't like to do what you want them to do, but you need to be factual when you talk to them. And I need to know if there's going to be some reference, or we will end up by hearing here in the webinar.
Okay, Red, you want to address that?
Yeah. If you've been following the Leadership Council back office, you'll already know that there is a new ebook coming out very, very shortly. This is going to be a much more precise, detailed of the other one and revamped completely. That, as a founder, don't forget, it's only going to be for founders, is where you will get most of your information for now. But on top of that as well, Edith, that you will also be getting emails from the company with all the information that you need to do when you need to do it. Okay, so don't worry about not being informed, because the company will inform you. And also, if you plug in to the Go Founders, which it is now, and O Founders coming very shortly, there will be regular updates within the Leadership Council and from Ashmi Farah himself in the community sections. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, let me add one thing for everybody to make it really clear. Red already did, but no one will be surprised. Everyone will know everything that's going on. When you need to know, you'll know, unless you're under a rock somewhere. But everybody will be saying it. When there's a soft launch, trust me, everyone around the world will know it. You couldn't stop that if you had to. So nobody will be left behind. It takes us 3 months to tell people there's not a soft launch. Could you imagine when there is one? Come on, everybody will know. Everyone will know.
Especially when we're told it's time to set up your wallets.
Yes.
Yeah. You're gonna hear a rumble then. Well,
I'm worried about that too.
Yeah. Thank you, Edith.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, you're welcome. I think Julie wanted to mention something before we continue. Julie?
Yes, thank you, Susie. All right, we have 15 hand raised in the back in the attendee list, and not once but twice but 3 times I invite them in. So I'm going to lower all your 15 hands on there, and if you still have questions, please keep wait till I lower the hand first, especially Johnny Doughty. Every time I come on, I see his hands raised, and I don't know if he really wants to ask questions or not, but he comes on every day. And Johnny Doughty, if you really need to have questions and you have trouble, please put in the chat so we know. Thank you, Susie. That's just that.
Okay, thank you, Julie.
Okay, Susie, I'm going to slide off now as well. So thank you very much, everybody, and I'll see you on the guest webinar tomorrow.
Tomorrow, 2 o'clock. Okay.
Thank you, Red.
All right, let me see. Next, we have Muhammad, who has been waiting patiently. If you would like to unmute yourself, please, Mohammed.
Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. I have some questions. The first one is, you spoke about the renewal of subscription after a year. Assuming a founder wants to change to become a reseller, will there be any difference in his status, in his earnings for becoming a reseller? A founder becoming a reseller, is there going to be a reduction in his earnings, or what are the advantage? Is there any disadvantage of changing from becoming a founder to become a reseller? Is there any disadvantage? That is the first question. And another question I have is, do we have a compensation plan in non-passive? Because if you go to the website, the one we saw, I don't know that it's still applicable. There's one we used to see and some fees, which is different from what we are paying. So I don't know whether that compensation plan is still applicable. If it is not, what is the new compensation plan? So thank you.
Okay, Michael, would you like to respond?
Sure. So all founders will be resellers, okay? All founders will be resellers, okay? A foundership is a separate title, okay? It's a separate title than reseller versus customer, okay? This is why when you get to hard launch, there's no more founders. So founders, they're in a special boat, okay? But all founders are going to be resellers, okay? But all resellers will not be founders, okay? Make sense? Okay?
Why I asked that question was the response you gave, somebody gave about renewal of subscription, that if somebody doesn't want to continue as a founder, he may not renew his subscription. Right. So if you don't renew your subscription.
If they don't renew their foundership, okay, so that 1-year membership, if they don't renew it, then they're still in the business, they're still gonna make money, but they're gonna lose all the benefits, including financial benefits of being a founder. They'll not have that. So the reality is this, the reality is that the majority of people will renew their foundership going forward. That's the reality, okay? You may have some who will not renew because they've not been given the option to renew, okay? Because certain individuals, certain founders right now will not be allowed or be offered that option to renew, okay? Some will not. Now, if you're, a law-abiding citizen with an Onpassive, you ain't got nothing to worry about, okay? So it's a handful of people that they're not founders, right? But they're in, so the company has to abide by that until it comes time for renewal, okay? So don't worry about that, okay?
No, so what I wanted to know was, you have answered it. So there's an advantage of continuing to be a founder. You make more money, isn't it?
Yes, let's say that, yes.
Okay, thank you. Any compensation plan? Is there any compensation plan for Onpassive that you?
Okay, so with regards to that, so what you see out there, 4 packages, all that fancy stuff, doesn't exist anymore, okay?
It's okay.
That was just the initial thought. That has changed. It's better than what we were shown back then, okay? What we need to know from the compensation plan going forward is that as soon as someone has 3 customers, they break even in their business. So what that means, in plain language, if it costs $250, okay, for the subscription, right? So as soon as someone has 3 customers, they're making at least $250. That's what break even means, okay? Once you're there, you're in a good shape because your income is going to continue to increase, okay? Just think customers, the more customers you have, the more money you make, Think of it that way, and you're going to be fine. You're going to have more than 3 customers, so that tells me you're going to make a lot of money. All right.
Thank you very much. I'm grateful.
Okay.
Dr. Mike.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Mohammed. And I want to reiterate.
Sorry, Susie. Did you hear that, Marty? I'm a doctor. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, my friend has become a doctor engineer.
Dr. Michael. I just want to reiterate that if you've heard Ash speak about this before, he said what's important to him when he's looking at a business is the products, the company, and what kind of compensation plan is there. So the stuff we're looking at that is older was just temporary so that people could kind of get a glimpse of a compensation plan so they could make a decision to jump on board or not. And what he has told us time and time again, that it's even better than anything that has been shared out there, but it wasn't the official compensation plan and we won't see that until we launch. But he needed to put something out there just so people could have something to look at. Am I correct, Michael, with that? That was mostly done for that reason. Okay, thank you, Mohammed. Next we have Nusa Calvin. I see you on your couch. Are you ready to ask your question? Nusa Chamba? Okay, I think we scared him away. Next is Nasom Bernard. Nasom, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing your name correctly. You have your hand raised, and can you unmute yourself?
Okay.
Hi there.
Yeah, good evening. I want to appreciate the great work you are doing to clarify us as we work in this opportunity, Onpassive opportunity. I have a question, a worry. Sometimes I don't know, maybe I've not been understanding the explanation until this point. What is the competitive advantage of having people register or sharing the opportunity and people register in your team now as compared to the after such soft launch where there will be compensations for those that you share the opportunity and they come in? I want to get that the clarification, because I thought that working earlier will give me a competitive advantage after soft launch, but now it looks there's no benefit having people register, sharing the opportunity and having them register now compared to the after soft launch. It looks like compensations will only come after soft launch. So can I have some clarification on that?
Yes, I think Marty's going to answer that. Marty, would you like to take that?
Listen, everybody here and everybody that's coming here or anybody that joins Onpassive is a customer. Everybody here is a customer. If you share it now and bring in founders, every founder that you bring in is a potential customer. So yes, it makes a difference. If you bring them in now, all you did is you build a foundation ahead of time. You're getting to your level what you want sooner. That's all. If you don't share it, you start from 0. If you share it, you have 3, you start with 3. If you share it, you have 5, you have 5. If you share it and have 100, you have 100. But everyone here is a customer. Everyone here is paying the subscription. Everyone. And so that's where the money comes from. The founder, not a founder, reseller, doesn't matter. We're all customers. So that you are getting compensated for what you do now. If you share it now, you will get there sooner. You will have a bigger team at start. But either way, what we're trying to say is if you don't, the company will do the work for you and they'll build a team for you and you'll make money. But yes, everyone is a customer. Absolutely everybody in the business is a customer. So I'm building customers now. You can elect to do that or you don't have to. It's okay. But yeah, you get compensated for everybody you invite in.
Does that answer your question?
So it shows, it sounds like having founders register now, it would be better they wait and come in after soft launch.
Doesn't sound better to me. Well, listen, if you share it now, you're building your customer base now. Customer's a customer. If you could do it now, and you have family members or loved ones that you would like to get in this, get them in it, because they're going to do well, and they're going to be customers also, plus what the company brings in. So yeah, it's a win-win. If you do it now, it's better, of course. Yeah, it's better.
It's as simple as this, right? If you go to the leaderboard, you will see that people on the leaderboard continue to work, right? Like, don't you think that Marty and Dan and Mike and others, Gersminder and so on, would just stop? You understand me? And just, you know what, I'm going to wait and bring in my 500 or my 300 or whatever in soft launch and don't do nothing right now. That's not what's happening, folks. So there is a reason why. As mentioned, soft launch is just a blip in time. Okay, it's gonna go by so quick. So don't think, you know what, oh, I have 10 people to bring in. You know what, let me wait until soft launch, then I'll bring them in. Guess what? Those 10 that you're waiting to bring in, someone else may approach them and bring them in now. You understand? And when you're ready to go bring them in, it's like, oh, but I'm already in. You understand? So that's not what you want to do. You want to do as much as you can now in pre-launch. When you get into soft launch, you want to do as much as you can then, okay? When you go into hard launch, you want to do as much as you can then. All three phases. And that's how you're going to maximize your income. That's the way to do it, okay? And when I say as much as you can, it could be zero. Because I don't want to, I don't want people to think, because we know how this thing works, right? I don't want people to think, oh my gosh, that means I have to recruit, I'm speaking to everyone. If as much as you can means I can bring in one person, hey, that's as much as you can. If it's zero, that's as much as you can. You understand? We're stating it over and over again, it's all about what the company, Onpassive, what can Onpassive do for me? Not that I'm a great recruiter, I'm a great salesperson. It's what Onpassive can do for me. That is the reason. That is the reason why we have so many, 765,000 in now. So just do the best you can, okay? And then don't worry about the rest, all right?
Okay, thank you. My second question goes thus. To me, it seems as the delay, the launching, the soft launch is not coming at the time we anticipated. I don't know whether it is a strategy or it is because of some difficulties. What is actually that apparently, I'm saying apparently, it looks like things are not going as pre-planned.
Let me help you, my friend. Let me help you. Yeah, let me help you, my friend. Okay, let me help you. Okay? All right. In July of 2018, okay, there was this idea, okay, by Ash Mufarov. Okay, this is what he wants to do. Okay, so guess what happens from there? First, it starts with an idea. Okay, now you have to go out and implement that idea, right? That takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. Okay, this is what we want to do. We want to get some employees. Okay, so you have to go hire some employees. Susie can tell you, it doesn't happen overnight. Okay, it takes time. And we're talking about hundreds of employees. We're not talking about go hire 3 or 5 or 10 people, right? So it took a while for this to happen. Okay, now you have these employees in. Now, okay, this is what I need you to do, right? So they have to go to work. They have to create, they have to plan, design, all of this stuff, my friend. That takes time also. And all of this is going on while there's something called COVID-19. So whether people believe it's real or not real or whatever they want to believe, the fact still remains that places and countries were shut down. You understand? People were prohibited from working and so on and so forth. Not that it's an excuse. The point is, it takes time for this process to complete, okay? And so nothing is delayed. Soft launch is not being delayed. It's not a tactic. It's nothing. When it's ready, When it's ready for beta testing, we're going to be in soft launch. If it's not ready for beta testing, we cannot have soft launch. It's just as simple as that. But when it is ready, okay, it's going to be deployed. It's going to open up. We're going to be testing. A little bit of bonus will trickle. And then we jump into the main dish, which is the hard launch. Okay, so when it's ready for hard launch, if that's 1 week after soft launch, if it's 5 weeks after soft launch, whenever it's ready for it, that's going to happen as well. Okay, so just keep that in mind, that it's a real business, and it does take time. It's not an overnight thing. Overnight things are the stuff that we see on the internet all the time. And guess what? 90 days later, gone. 6 months later, gone. A year later, gone. Okay, people losing. It stops here with Onpassive, because Onpassive is providing you with a real business that is going to generate you, my friend, an income for life. All right?
Okay, thank you very much. I got the understanding.
Yeah, because it started off as a marketing platform, and then it morphed into a total business solution. And it does take time, but I think what happens is dates are thrown around. There's timelines that people cling on to. So I think everyone should just choose to tell themselves the story that we are going to be going into soft launch and hard launch very soon, and keep it positive. Don't have that burden that there's something wrong. We want everything to be right when we do it. So we have Cheng Vang from Portland, Oregon. I don't know if you have a question or not. Your video isn't on, but you've been here for a bit. If you could unmute yourself. If not, we're going to go to our next person.
Yeah, probably just by accident. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Next we have, I think it's, Angie. Oh, Angie, you're next. Could you unmute yourself?
Is that A-N-G, Ange? Is that me?
That's Ange. Ange Bagala. Oh, welcome.
Okay, good evening to everybody there on the panel. I have two questions. So my first question is, we know that per campaign, you're going to have 3 founders placed under each people. So what's going to happen if we don't have enough founders coming in per campaign? So we're going to probably going to have some founders who have nothing. So instead of having 3 per founders, can we have 1 to maximize the number of founders that have somebody under them? That's my first question.
Okay, my friend. I seem like you guys woke me up now. Where does this 3? Where does that 3 come from? What do you mean?
We know that I would not say the 3, but the 3. Let me say the 3 will be built by 3 people per founders as we're growing.
No. Okay, so let me stop you there. No, that's not it. Okay, you as a founder, you're gonna have 1 customer, 2 customer, 3, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, and so on. Okay. It's not. This is not. Oh, the company's gonna get you 3, then it moves to the next person, get them 3. Then it moves to the next person, get them 3. That's not what this is, my friend. It's a real business. If it's a real business, you have your business, I have my business, Susie, Marty, and so on. Okay, we all have our business, our Onpassive business. And the company's sending traffic to each of our business. The company doesn't say, oh, you got 3, so I'm gonna turn off your traffic now. No, you're paying for it, right? So that means you're gonna have as many that converts, okay? We all get the same amount of traffic, but we don't get the same amount of customers. You understand?
Okay.
If you have 1,000 visitors that come to your site, and I have the same 1,000, maybe you get 50 customers from that 1,000. Maybe I get 5. You understand? You see how that works?
Okay. It works, but let's say, because I'm talking about campaign here, let's say the company goes out there during a campaign and gets less than the number of founders. We are 760,000 now, and out of a campaign, you get, for example, 700 only. So not everybody obviously will have somebody in the team.
No, but you're not thinking about it correctly though, my friend. The company is not going to go out there and get a group of founders and then split up those founders. That's not what's going to happen. The company is promoting your link. So whatever you get to your link that actually becomes a paid founder, that's what you get. You understand?
Where does come that the idea that I've been hearing for a year that we're gonna have three people going on? There's a name for that. It's the triple entry, right? Exactly. That's the name that's come up. I've been hearing for years.
No, there's a triple re-entry, and that's not what you're talking about. A triple re-entry has nothing to do with that. Okay. So it's a triple re-entry. Okay. That's something totally different.
Okay, so because I don't understand it, what's the triple re-entry?
Okay, triple re-entry, that's just a bonus that the company has built into its system. Okay, so at some point down the road, once you've generated a certain amount of customers on your team, the company's going to give you 3 new positions within your team that's allocated to you. So let's say you have 1 account, okay? At some point in the future, you're going to get 3 more from the company. So now you can have 4 accounts. And then at some point in the future, you're going to get another triple re-entry and so on and so forth. Okay, that's one of the reasons why your income is truly unlimited.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you for the details. So my last question today is, the more founders we have, the less share every founder will have, obviously.
No, you're still, listen, my friend, you need to go to my workshop, okay? I don't have a workshop, folks. I don't have a workshop, okay? I'm just playing. All right. So, okay. It doesn't matter how many founders we have. Let's say we have 10 million founders. We're not going to have 10 million. I'm just throwing that number out there. Let's say we have 10 million founders, okay? At the end of the day, each and every one of us are going to have a fixed amount of traffic that comes, okay, from our product package. Each one of us going to have that, okay? So it has nothing to do with whether we have 1 million founders or 2 million or 5 million. Oh, that's watering it down and oh, it's diluting it, or we're going to be saturated. It's none of that stuff. There are 4.8 billion internet users, 4.8 billion. If we got 100 million customers in our first year, and we got 100 million the second year and third year and fourth, it's going to take 10 years before we get 1 billion customers into the company. And don't forget that each one of them can have multiple accounts. So when you have 1 billion with a B, okay, in case I'm not pronouncing it properly, 1 billion with a B customers in the system, okay, it could actually mean more than that as far as account holders are concerned. You understand? So folks, you need to expand your mind and just think how big this thing, just think customers, okay? Whatever your income goal is, just think customers. Listen, I want to make $10,000 a month. Okay, just think 10,000 customers. Oh, I want to make $100,000 a month. Okay, think 100,000 customers. Just think customers, okay? Customers. And then you'll start to make more sense to you that you want to build, you want your business to build you X amount of customers, okay? And that's how you're going to generate your money. So Susie may have 1 million customers. Julie may have 100,000 customers. You know, Marty may have 500. You understand? We're all going to have different amount of customers based upon the traffic coming to our site, okay? And so many will convert. You understand? It's about the conversions. Okay, not every single customer or visitor, not every visitor that come to your site is going to convert into a customer. That's why I use the example. If you get 1,000, I got 1,000 visitors, maybe you get 50 that say, okay, yeah, out of the 1,000, say, yeah. But it doesn't mean that 950 won't come back again. You understand? Some of them may have subscribed, so they're in the system. The system is following up with them. So maybe 50 joined this month as customers. Maybe the next month, another 10 may join, and so on. You understand? They may leave and go back, and 6 months later decide to come back again, and they become a customer then. Just like now, you have some people who saw Onpassive back in 2018, and they chose not to get in. And then a year later, they decide to finally come in. You understand? It's the same thing when we go to hard launch. Some people will come in right away. Some gonna wait until everything is blown up. Think of Bitcoins. How many people actually got involved in Bitcoins at the very beginning when it was less than $1, right?
Few people.
And then it got to 500, some more. So yeah, maybe there's something to this thing. When it got to 20,000, a lot of people got in. You understand? Even at 60,000, more people got in. As it became more and more well-known, acceptable, people think, okay, yeah, this is the real deal now. Okay, let me come in now. When did all the big people come in with their billions of dollars? Was it in the very beginning? No. You understand? So even at 30-something thousand, I forgot what the number was when the gentleman there, the guy who just flew to outer space, whatever, billions of dollars. But did he put that money in at the very beginning? The point is, right? The point is that the market's not going to be saturated. We're not going to be diluted. We're not going to run out. We're going to be great. It doesn't matter the number, okay?
Okay, thank you for the motivation and thank you for your passion. And from a marketing expert like you, I'm satisfied with the response. Thank you, appreciate it.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, one thing I want to add, if I can possibly add to Michael, I'm going to try. Like he said, a lot of people, you know, when you're online, you click on things, you don't buy everything you click on, like most people don't. The difference we have is it is targeted. In other words, me, Marty, is looking for a sofa, and I start punching in the keyword sofa for sale. That's where Onpassive will kick in and start throwing sofas in my face. And then you can do the comparison. I want this or I want that. That's the difference of targeted traffic. But even then, I could look at it and be fickle or whatever it's called and go, I'm not going to do that right now. Doesn't mean I won't come back in a month and do it, right? You know how people are. So does that count as traffic? Yes. Yes. If he clicks on it, that's traffic. Now, if I don't buy, it's still traffic. So I might get 10 people visit my armchair business and don't buy, and Michael gets 5 and 3 of them buy. You don't know. But the big thing here is targeted traffic. That guy's looking for it, or that lady was looking for what they're looking at. So they'll come back. You'll get people that will sign up 2-3 weeks later, maybe, okay, after they looked at it like today. 4 weeks from now, they go, I'm going to go back and get that. That's part of what we're involved in. It's huge. It's huge. I hear people saying, I'm worried about not having what? You're going to be bringing people in around the world. It's not about where you're from. How many Africans or how many Indians are going to get it? Who cares? Customers are going to come in from around the world for everybody here. They don't even know who you are. They're not going to know Fat Marty from New Jersey. They could care less. They want a webinar service or they want a page builder. They don't give a rat's behind about me. And I'm glad because I don't want to deal with 500,000 customers. The company's going to do all that for us. We don't have to do none of that crap. None. You bought stuff from Amazon, you bought from an affiliate and don't even know it. You don't even know it. And that's what we're going to be. This thing's going to blow up and you're going to be bringing in customers. They don't know who you are and they're going to pay every month. And guess what? They're even going to share it. So now you're getting a viral effect because the guy goes, hey, you're on Zoom, I'm on here. Guess what? I got all this for $250. You got to be kidding me. I paid $500 last month. Boom, that's free advertisement. That's going to happen too, if you really want to blow your head up. But no, this is huge. That's why I share it. That's why I share it. I'm blown away. I'm having trouble sleeping because I know I want to share this with as many people that breathe. You walk by me, you're going to know about Onpassive. I don't care what you know. I'm not talking to somebody and caring what they know. If I was talking about dogs, I'd go to a dog expert. Well, I know Onpassive, so I explain it to them. They don't want to do it. I say, okay, thank you, and I move on. That's all. But just, man, my God, this is huge. Think bigger. Like your headset's not going to fit you in a year.
Okay, I think Julie wants to say goodbye, and then she needs to leave, and then I'm gonna make a statement, and then we'll finish up here with the last questions.
Thank you, Susie. I was gonna say, sorry, Julie. I was gonna say if we could wrap it up because I think I'm gonna have to pop off as well.
Sure. Go ahead, Julie.
Good night. And I've already invited all the ones that raised hand in the attendee list, and I did it 3 times. So thank you, everyone. Have a good night.
Thank you for covering for me when I had to leave. I just want to make a statement. There was something in the chat. And Michael and Marty, you can correct me if I'm wrong. There was something in the chat about the $97 and all the founders that have paid. So we know that is at like 73, 75 million, whatever, dollars. My understanding is that money is in a Stripe account, and that the only time those funds are touched is if there's a refund request and we have the credit card information to refund it. And Ash has told us that he will be discussing with founders as to what we're going to do with that money as a team. Are we going to get more marketing campaigns? What other things are we going to do with that? Is that correct, Michael? Because there was some stuff going in the chat that it was the elephant in the room that no one's talking about.
No one's talking about the money? The $97 that's coming, multiply that by whatever. That's what. Right. Come on, people. Listen, you're joining a business, right? So now you want to be concerned with what the owner is doing with that money. So clearly you have something else on your mind. So just say what it is that you have on your mind. You know, as Mr. Mufar run off with our money, say it. It's okay to say it. It's not an elephant in the room. I don't have a problem talking about it. Marty doesn't have a problem. Susan, we don't have a problem talking about that. Come on, people. Okay, it's a business that's in pre-launch that will get to launch, and we're all going to be good. The money's sitting there. Ash Mufar has said it time and time again. Just last night, he was up on a webinar. The man hasn't gone anywhere. Okay, not a concern. And what's going to happen is that some of those funds will be used in campaigns. Think about your $97. If that $97 is used just on traffic for you, you're gonna get more than $97 in value just on traffic alone. Forget everything else. Just traffic alone, you're gonna get more than $97 in value. You can go get one pay-per-click, like one click. That's gonna cost dollars, right? So multiply that or divide that into, let's even say $1, okay? So that's 97 clicks. Like, really? And you think those 97 clicks is going to convert into all paid? Come on, people. What are we talking about here? Okay? Just know what you're involved in. Okay? And if you're confident about what you're involved in, this is why you see people on the leaderboard generating more and more and more and more and more and more founders joining their team. Why? Because they're confident in what they believe in. And then you have folks who, well, I talked to 50 people and nobody wants to join. Maybe because you're not confident in what you believe in. Okay? I know what I'm involved in. I know what this business is. I know what this business is going to do for so many around the world, period. And I'm not focused on, well, what is this man doing with this money? And we keep getting more and more founders and more money's coming in and whoa. So you go out there and create something like Onpassive so you can bring in $97 times it by 100,000, 500,000, a million. You go out there and do that. Chances are you can't. That's why you're here. Okay? Just know that we're all going to win. It's either we believe or we don't. It's either we trust or we don't. It's as simple as that, folks. And if you don't trust, you don't believe, the door is this wide. Okay? You just go in your back office, get a refund, and that's it. Like, why do people want their lives to be complicated? I certainly don't. I don't want my life to be complicated. I want a nice, simple life. You understand? So if I'm involved in something and I don't like it, I leave. I don't complain. I don't go on the internet and post negative stuff. I just leave and I go about my business. It's as simple as that. That's why my life is simple, folks. You understand? So it's not an elephant in the room. You can ask the question if you want. Okay? You've got your answer now. So that's it. Nice and simple.
Hey, everybody, keep in mind, if I gave my neighbor 10 grand, the FBI would be in my house. we're talking about millions of dollars. If it wasn't legit, he wouldn't be dancing around in Orlando on every webinar and all that. That makes it even more real. I don't give a rat's behind what he does with the money. I could care less. 97? We pay 97 to get something to eat. Yeah, I mean, what we're in is a masterpiece. And if you're worried about it, I know he's got enough to give you your money back. So there's no reason to be worried. You don't want to be here? Don't be here. I wouldn't be.
And Marty, let me just chime in here. Listen, it's not about asking questions and we tell you to get a refund. That's not it. It's the type of question that you ask, though. Come on, people. You're in this thing long enough now. Certain questions shouldn't even be asked. So don't get twisted because, oh, we said get a refund. Don't get twisted. Like, be real. If you want to ask the question, you ask the question. Come out straight and say it. Raise your hand, get on live, ask the question. You don't need to post it in the chat. You can come on live and ask it. Right? Come on, people. Are we in this thing together or are we not? Right? Are we in it together or are we not? It's as simple as that.
And we're not going to touch it anymore because we're getting caca on our hands, right? The more you touch it, the more power you give it. Yeah, ask Ash himself. I'm sure he'll give you an answer, whoever wants to talk to him. We have two more on the screen, and this is going to be the last two because we're going to wrap up. It's Kandakar Ashik Azad, if you would unmute yourself, or Mr. Rana Kar from India. So Kandakar, hi. Would you like to ask your question, please?
My name is Rana Kaur from Kolkata, India.
Welcome.
Actually, I am a full 100% blind person. Actually, I want to know about how many accessible product for blind on Onpassive. Please tell me.
Marty? I remember you, Rana. I remember you on the other day. Yeah, he's a person that's blind, and he wants to know what products will there be that the blind can use. And I didn't have a good answer then. I told him to come Monday. This is Monday, and I really don't have a good answer still. I'm sure there'll be stuff there, but I was going to talk to Ash about it because I'm not blind. I don't know what would be needed, but you might want to make suggestions and get them to me, and it would give me some stuff to ask Ash, because I really don't know, looking from your point of view, what you would need or what would help you. Because I know we have people that are also deaf, and we have people. This company's perfect for people left behind because it doesn't care. But is there little tools that might help you? I hope so, but I really don't have that answer yet.
Actually, because thank you, sir. Thank you. Actually, because Onpassive logo is, I have no idea. Okay. Onpassive logo क्या होता है वो हमको पता नहीं है actually. सर है वो हिंदी समझता है actually. So I have another question. I have a child. There was actually 10 months. I have purchased his name on Onpassive foundership. Hello.
Hi. Keep going. Yep.
I have a children actually.
Yep.
He was 10. Age is 10th month. Can I purchase his name Onpassive foundership?
Yes. Yes. The answer is yes. You can if you like. Sure.
Okay. So how to signature on NDA?
Mm-hmm. So you will sign the NDA. Okay. There's at the bottom, the two boxes that are there. One of them says that you're the manager of the account. Okay.
Achha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're perfectly fine to be able to sign.
Okay. Another question is I have a mom. So she is 65 years old. Then he was not fit actually. So I can transfer this account to my children.
Yes. Yes, you can.
Yes. How to process?
How to transfer it from the one to the other?
Sorry?
You're asking how to transfer the account from that person to your child?
No, my mother foundership already purchased. These are carry forward to my children.
Okay, so your mother has purchased an account.
Yes.
And you want to now give that account to your child?
Right, children. Yes. His consent. NOC. His own NOC.
Oh, okay. So the mother has consented to do that.
Yes. Right.
What do you suggest, Marty?
Not sure. Not sure I understand 100%.
I think he's saying that the mother has a founder account, and for some reason the mother wants to give that account to the child. I'm not sure why.
Yes. Actually, he's
well,
not.
If your mother gives him the email access and can log in, right now he could take over and change it to his name, ask for the NDA to be reposted, re-sign it, and it will be in the son's name, if that's what the mother wants to do. But she would have to hand over all of the login, like for the email and for the co-founder site.
Okay, actually, my mother not literate is so that.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just the email, like Marty's saying, it's just the email address. Okay, so as whoever controls the email address controls the account. That's how it works. Okay, so the email address that was created for that account, Marty's saying that if you give the son or the child, whomever, give that person the email address, then that person can take over the account because they can do a password change and then they can log in and then change the name on the account, etc.
Okay. Actually, my first question, I have the first question. Actually, can I Hindi?
Sorry, but our Hindi person has left.
Okay.
Right now it's only English. Sorry.
Actually, my first question to you and to as Mufare, actually. Okay. Actually, I have a small group to actually 20. Okay. I have a 3% totally blind. So I can guide him. Okay.
Okay, you have a small group of around 20.
Yes,
Three of them are blind. How can you guide them?
Guide them. Actually, I have literate person from educated. Actually, educated person. I use Android mobile or a laptop or desktop. Okay, screen reader used by screen reader. Okay, so how many accessible actually? Actually.
Is anybody talking?
Yeah, he's speaking. I'm just not understanding the question.
Yeah. We don't know what your question is. You're saying you have a group of 20 people. Some of them are blind. And are you looking to like run a meeting?
No, meeting. No meeting. How to guide this website or this product with Android mobile, laptop or desktop.
How to guide it? I'm really sorry. I don't understand that when you say how to guide the site.
Guide. What is the means of guide? Means I can literate.
Login.
Login.
How can you log in?
Login. No login actually. Okay. Accessibility problem.
Okay, so you're saying on your mobile or whatever you can't access the site?
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
I
but
can.
yeah, but you should be able to access it on any device, whether it's a cell phone, laptop, tablet, PC. You should be able to access it.
Hey,
Okay.
Rana, I got a suggestion. I would, maybe in your language, it would be easier to understand somebody and they can help you one-on-one. So I would get a hold of Niraj or maybe Gershminder and see if they can help you one-on-one, because it will be an easier communication. You know what I mean?
Right, sir. Gusbinder Singh or Niraj sir already
Yes.
from India.
Yes.
Yes. The
Okay.
communication will be better for you.
Okay. Actually, I don't English actually frequently. I have the Bengali or Hindi. Okay. So I can't explain that. Problem right now.
Yeah, so we understand that right now you cannot explain what you're trying to say. So as Marty suggested, if you just get a hold of Niraj or Gersminder or one of the other leaders from India, they can assist you one-on-one.
Okay.
Right. So that way you can speak the same language. They can get what you're saying and then help you right away.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Good night, sir.
Good night.
Good night.
You want to wrap it up, guys? There was one question in the chat that I've never seen before, and then we'll go from there. We can end up. Okay, it's from Line or Linny Perrin. Since we are going to have our own websites and Onpassive will be branding us in a way, wondering how we will get trust from people. How will people know that it is Onpassive and not just this little unknown Linny Perrin, or Susie McRae?
The trust is this, right? You can have someone that has never done any internet marketing whatsoever. So they don't have a name, they don't have a brand, and they can come online, and if they figure it out, they can create something and they can actually make a sale. They can actually go and sell something. And even though, I don't know really who this person is, but if what I'm trying to buy is there, it's available, right? I will purchase it, okay? So we don't always go to Walmart, for example, and buy from Walmart. You understand? When people go on Amazon and they're buying from Amazon, these people who have, whatever the rating is, you understand me? They didn't always have that rating. They didn't always have a 95% score or whatever it is. You understand? They have to start somewhere, right? And then over time, you build yourself up. And that's what the company's going to do. The company's going to build you up. You don't have to worry about building yourself up, okay? The company's going to make us all heroes, sheroes, all that fancy stuff, right? So yeah, including that very little person who lives in the darkest corner of the world and never seen a day of light, it doesn't matter. Onpassive is going to make them a star, right? And that's the beauty about this business, right? That's what Onpassive is going to do for us. So yeah, they will do the branding. They're going to make us look like we're professionals, okay? That's exactly what's going to happen for us. Okay, so we're all going to be good.
Okay, so we're going to finish up just with a few quick things. If we missed your question, we apologize. Go into the back office under Leadership Council and go up to our leaders. We are all listed there with email. You can decide who you want to send an email to with your questions. We'll get back to you. Tomorrow's guest webinar is at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Invite your guests. During the guest webinars, we offer the guests that we will email them a copy of the presentation. We do not email this presentation. This will be downloaded, and I'm sure Marty will get it into the back office at some point later tomorrow. You can go in there. It's usually in the Leadership Council or under webinars, and it's it's a unlisted YouTube link, and you're not to share it. The company is not posting these, I think, Marty, right? You're the one who's taking these. Yeah, so it's not going to be under recorded webinars. So we appreciate all of you founders who have stayed and helped out in the chat with all of your positive energy. That's great. You are what makes this happen for all of us. We appreciate your patience. So if you do have questions, please reach out to Leadership Council or a leader that you know within your team. Okay, Marty. Okay, anything else? Or are we good to go?
I'm good to go. Hey, that won't be this video will not be there in 10-15 minutes, okay? It takes a long time it's 4 hours long.
It's 4.5 hours. So okay, thank you everybody.